Real Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, for new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I know we've already been here once today. It was with Uncle Jeremy. Oh, God, the amount of stuff we learned from him is... I was literally just on the phone with him and let him know that, listen, Jeremy, the amount of knowledge that you have is worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars for a masterclass. Meaning that, and I'm not just saying that like, oh, the amount of all of his knowledge is worth tens of thousands. No, the amount of all of his knowledge is worth millions. But from what he can convey to us in a very short amount of time is worth thousands or tens of thousands. And, he's very humble. He's like, well, thank you. Like he he didn't fight on it. I think he knows, but we will have a part two. If you didn't get as much Veve or Omi time as you wanted in that, I think maybe only 1/6 of that is Veve and Omi related. Of that most recent interview, we only had an hour, but we will have a part two. Part two, depending on how long we can go for, will determine how much time of Veve and Omi we can talk about. He is someone that has purchased Omi 3 different times. Once at the beginning, at quad zeros. Once when I believe we're at 2 zeros, and once recently at triple zeros. And then as I literally got on the phone, I was like, Jeremy, listen, all this stuff I want to tell you, like all the stuff that I couldn't tell you, that I wanted to tell you, some of the stuff just came out, like publicly, like it is right here. So I don't think he's watching this right now. He might catch the replay. But remember how in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, you had not Lord Elrond, who's the king of Rohan? Theoden, King Theoden of Rohan, is talking with Aragorn, the Fellowship, or what's left of the Fellowship at this point. He's like, I am not going to risk open war. And then Aragorn says, open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not. Well, the people that are going and saying, I want to wait to buy Omi until there's Omi utility. Omi utility is upon you, whether you would wait for it or not. It is here. It is straight up here. So there's a bunch of Veve stuff to go over, and I'll get to the Veve stuff eventually. There's a decent amount to go over, but right now, yeah, let's go over the Omi. Let's see what type of impact, before I get to what's what, let's see the type of impact that this has had on Omi over the last 25 minutes since it's been announced. So up about 6.9%. You can't see that. Let me go and darken this image a bit. We're up about 6.9%. Everyone comment nice down below for the 6.9. To about 0.0068. And this is literally just in like, oh god, if we go to bars, ooh, look at that green candle. Ooh, look at that little green candle that's forming right there. And again, this is just within the last couple of minutes. Obviously, if we go to just the chart in general, we did reach a peak of 0.0070 yesterday. Then we went down a little bit, and then, pew, 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 right there, right there. Over the last, this is the last 24 hours. It looks like we're probably going to go about there, and maybe even beyond that. I remember in August when we had the Season 0 reward. Season 0 is just like, hey, this is not Season 1 yet, this is just the beginning. In Season 0, they had said, you're just going to get some more MCP points. MCP points which we couldn't yet use at the time. And they were all saying, Omi literally doubled from 0.006 or 0.0058 or however low it got to 0.0012. And I do think that is going to, it might happen again. Now, again, what happened in the past might happen again. We might go to 0.0012, and we might come right back down. I don't know. But at least they're giving us timelines here. And again, I'll go over everything right now. I just wanted to wait a couple minutes for people to get here. You need to, oh, wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to help this guy with this. I'll get that in a second. But yeah, let's go over the Omi utility. It's been, I'll wait another 20 seconds. And then we'll go over that. Yeah, this is heckin' wild. So first, what I want to do before I go over it, and again, just give me like 10, 15 seconds here. Let me go to my channel. Let me go to the live spot. And let me go to here and ask everyone to go and smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. And now we'll go and get into the article. We'll go my interpretation of it. We'll go over timelines. We'll go over everything. And ask all your good comments down below. I will get to them after I read the article. So Omi Rewards Season 1. We are moving straight past Season 0. Booming right past them, going over to Season 1. We'll view this widescreen here for myself. Going over and saying Omi Rewards are a pillar of the Veve Master Collector Program. Veve Master Collector Program. Participate to receive in-app perks and benefits using your Omi tokens. First official Omi reward season is about to begin. Through it, Veve collectors will continue to earn bonus daily MCP points and can now begin earning their first in-app item bronze tickets. Notice the language here. They said first in-app item bronze tickets, meaning that there's going to be multiple, and I mean multiple in-app item rewards that you're going to be able to get with the bronze MCP tickets. So how do they work? Well, Omi Rewards offers perks and benefits to users who deposit and hold Omi tokens in their Omi web wallet. We will go over how to go and bridge those. Right now, to begin earning rewards, users must ensure their Omi tokens are bridged and deposited to Immutable X and transferred to their Omi web wallet. So if you have stuff on an exchange, that's Omi Layer 1. If you want to go to the web wallet, you have to bridge it and transform it to Omi Layer 2. Now, Omi tokens held on Ethereum Layer 1 or outside the Omi web wallet will not be considered for rewards. You could have 500 million, you could have billions of Omi tokens in your Trust wallet, in your Ledger, over in your Bitforex, Coinbase wallet account. So be advised that there have been a lot of whales going recently, been buying a bunch of Omi, not through Bitforex, not through Ascendex, but through their Coinbase wallet account. So you need to have Coinbase in order to go get that. Once you download the Coinbase wallet on your Play Store or your Apple iOS store, all you have to do is go in and put in your credit card information, buy some Ethereum, and then once you go and buy that Ethereum, you can go in and take that Ethereum on your Coinbase wallet, and you could swap that for Omi. So it's not on Coinbase directly, it's on Coinbase wallet. It is a separate app, although you can go and connect your Coinbase wallet for that, your Coinbase to your Coinbase wallet. But again, if you don't want to go through the rigmarole, you can go and buy Ethereum with your debit card. And by the way, Veve is now accepting American Express. I did go over that yesterday in last night's video. Anyway, it's super simple. Once you put in your debit card, you buy Ethereum, you take that and you use the browser, you search for Omi, you swap your Ethereum for Omi, and you have it right there in your Coinbase wallet account. So anyway, we're going to go and continue on here. Earn master collector points. Okay, so where was I? To web wallet. Okay, learn how to deposit your Omi to Immutable X here. So if you're over on the website, you can go there and you can go click that blue button here. Instructions are available in multiple languages, so they are trying to do this worldwide. Now, Omi Rewards Season 1. What is that about? So in Season 0, Veve collectors earn Bonus Master Collector Program, or MCP points, contributing to their collector rank and level. You could go see that on your profile on your Veve app. And these points will also be spendable throughout the Veve app as those features become available. So again, noticing that it's not just one feature singular, it's features as in plural. You're going to have multiple reward tiers for this. So in Season 1, participants will continue to earn those daily bonus MCP points. So that hasn't changed. They're not taking away anything. You will continue to earn those points based on the number of Omi tokens you hold in your web wallets. Now, you will also begin earning additional rewards in the form of bronze MCP tickets. So again, it's not taking away or swapping one for the other. You're still getting those MCP points, but now to further incentivize you locking up your Omi on the Veve app, you're going and you're getting more rewards in the form of bronze tickets. So Season 1 begins in a couple of weeks on January 1st, 2024, and the rewards do conclude for this particular one on March 31st of 2024. So this is all through Q1. This is all from the beginning to the end of Q1, January 1st to the end of March 31st, after which participants will receive your bronze ticket allocation. They haven't made sure yet if you're going to say like, oh, hey, on this day you're receiving X amount, and on this day you're receiving X amount. They're not exactly we're not exactly sure how many bronze tickets we're going to be receiving each day, but you will receive all of them after March 31st. So to earn the maximum ticket rewards for your Omi deposits, you have to bridge and deposit your Omi tokens to the web wallet before the beginning of Season 1 and maintain them in your wallet until the season has concluded. Now, if you don't have any OMI yet and you're like, well, I don't know if that's enough time, it's okay. Like, you're still going to earn rewards even if you go in and put them in on January 2nd, January 10th, February 8th, March 20th. You still will receive some rewards, but it's just the max amount of rewards won't be achieved unless you do it before January 1st. So just keep an eye on that. Again, if you're not going to have enough OMI or enough time in order to put it on the app before January 1st, it's still okay. You still will receive some rewards. It's just not going to be the maximum amount allotted. But just like in Season 0, rewards can be earned up to a maximum amount of 10 million OMI. To qualify for the maximum rewards, deposit your OMI before the beginning of January 1st and maintain that. So you can't just go and say, hey, I had it. You took a snapshot on January 1st. I had 10, 12, however much million OMI, and then just take it out. You have to keep it there and lock it up for the remainder of that quarter until after the season concludes. And again, just a reminder, before sending your OMI tokens to the OMI web wallet, you must first deposit them to Immutable X. If you go and take it from your Trust wallet or your Sendex or Bit4X wallet and try to directly transfer them to the Layer 2 OMI web wallet, you're not going to have a good time. Those will be lost. You should be able to go and redeem those back by going and messaging a Comey or whoever and be like, hey, I accidentally did this. They will be able to send it back, but be advised, there is going to be a backlog and there is going to be a big delay with that. So please don't do that. Please go and, like I said, go to the Veve Twitter or X account and go view this. You'll be able to view how to do it there. I think Foster Hill even has a video about this. But when will you receive the OMI Bronze tickets? Again, Season 1 does conclude on March 31st of 2024, and the tickets will be issued in early Season 2. And again, Season 2 begins in April of 2024. So this does set a precedent. Hey, Season 0 took about 5 months, late August, so August, September, October, November, December, 5 months, so almost 2 quarters worth of the Season 0. Season 1 looks like it's only going to be 1 quarter from January to March, and then Season 2 will begin April 1st. So if this trend continues, Season 2 will begin in April, May, and will conclude in late June. And then again, if it continues, you will have Season 3 start in July. It'll be from July, August, September. It'll be like 1 season per quarter. It looks like that's what they're doing. And again, Veve collectors should continue to hold their OMI token deposits in their web wallets for the complete duration of the season to maximize the number of tickets earned. This is basically staking. But again, we're going from soft staking to a little bit of harder staking when we're going and saying, hey, you're not only just getting MCP points you can't use, you're going to be getting bronze tickets, you're going to be getting a bunch of other stuff as the quarters and stuff goes on. My throat is starting to hurt because I've been talking a lot, so I'm drinking a little bit of tea. I'm not going to tell you what type of tea it is. Anyway, that means the only way to acquire these bronze MCP tickets in Season 1 is by depositing OMI tokens to your OMI web wallet, and please see the instructions on how to do so. But again, let's parse this a little bit. The only way to acquire bronze tickets in Season 1 is by depositing OMI tokens to your web wallet. So that means that there's going to likely be multiple ways to acquire bronze MCP tickets in Season 2, 3, etc. Again, words are important. This language is very specific here. So maintaining your deposit beyond the ends of Season 1 will make your deposit automatically eligible for Season 2. So already they're incentivizing you not just for the first quarter, but for Season 2 and beyond, where you might not just get normal MCP tickets or normal MCP points. You will likely get rewards for all of those in conjunction with whatever they have planned for Season 2, and likely that will be explained late in Q1. So maintaining your deposit beyond that, again, will automatically make you eligible for Season 2, and you will continue to earn daily MCP points, seasonal ticket rewards, and any additional perks and bonuses as the OMI reward system is progressively released. So again, they did hire a blockchain team about 8 months ago. What has that team, which is we know right now is out of Spain based on the LinkedIn employees that they have over associated with Veve. So what have they been doing for 8 months? It looks like we're about to find out. It looks like, again, this is just phase 1 in Q1 of 2024, and they have the rest of the phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, all of them planned already, but they're just talking about this. There's no need to talk about phase 3 or phase 4 right now when we're just barely in Q1. We're not even in Q1 yet. We're just getting prepared for it. But again, what can you do with those bronze MCP tickets? So bronze tickets are a special accessory item within Veve that help you build your digital collections with various redemption features. So I did tell people to take a look at the Veveverse and Q1. So what's going to happen with that? In Veveverse and Q1, for Phase 1, it was supposed to be OMI 2 accessory, which still might happen, but it looks to me that it's going to happen in a different way. That it's not just going to be OMI 2 accessory. It's going to be, hey, use your OMI, swap them for bronze tickets, and then use your bronze tickets for accessory. So it's just that extra step. Again, they're just probably trying to go and navigate the regulatory guidelines. So that just looks like what it's going to be right now. Again, I'll keep you posted on any updates. They haven't mentioned Veveverse in this article yet, but again, I will keep you posted, and hit that bell to let you know when I go live so that I can talk to you about all of these different things. So moving on. The first two features will be, one is crafting. So bronze tickets earned from OMI Rewards Season 1 will have an opportunity to be redeemed in an exclusive crafting event. So it doesn't matter if you're a high level MCP reward. It doesn't matter if you're a master collector with a top 500, 100, or even top 10 wallets in the Veve app. If you don't have OMI and you're not earning bronze tickets rewards from your OMI, you will not be eligible to redeem them and participate in that exclusive crafting event. So that's a very, very big catalyst for people that do not have OMI or only have a small amount of OMI in order to go and get more and bridge it. The second thing that you'll be able to do is bronze tickets to MCP points. So if you do need some extra MCP points, you can redeem your bronze tickets for an amount of MCP points to augment your experience for any features that will require it to access. So again, they don't specifically say what the MCP points will be used for. Obviously, already we know they're going to be used to go and get extra waitlist tickets in order to be able to get these amazing drops that we've been getting. So if you can go and get that, that's going to be one of them. But again, that's just going to be one of the multiple things that you're going to be able to use them for. So there is a note saying redemption and utility functions will only be available after the Season 1 ticket rewards. They may not be available immediately or at the same time. More details of both features will be released closer to the first allotment of bronze tickets at the end of the season. So it does look like, yes, it is going to be a little while, a couple months before you're able to use them, but they do have a timeline on it right now, and they do have an FAQ for frequently asked questions. When does Season 1 begin? So again, as stated in the article, it begins on January 1st, 2024, and concludes on March 31st of 2024. And immediately right after that, at the stroke of midnight, Season 2 begins on April 1st, 2024. And again, if you're here and you're new and you just joined Veve and you're like, hey, can I join OMI Rewards at any time? And yes, if you missed it before, you can and will earn MCP rewards 24 to 48 hours after depositing your OMI to the web wallet. Any MCP ticket rewards earned will be issued following the conclusion of the season you joined, as long as you deposited OMI to your web wallet before the season began. And if you join a season after the start date, you will still earn those MCP points during that season, which can be redeemed through the app. However, you will have to wait until the conclusion of the following season to earn and receive the MCP ticket rewards. Okay, so that is a horse of a different color here. That is something I was not thorough enough in my first reading of this. And again, I wish they would have made that clear in case people just read the first half of this. So again, if you go and wait until the conclusion, if you go and join a season after the start date, as in if you go and put OMI onto the app on January 2nd, yes, you will still earn those MCP points during that season, but you cannot redeem those. You have to wait until the conclusion of the following season to receive those MCP ticket rewards. So that is a huge, huge incentive to go and let people know you need to go and get these OMI rewards and deposit your OMI token into the Veve web wallet, the OMI web wallet on the Veve app by December 31st. Because if you wait until late January 1st or January 2nd, you're not going to see those rewards until not Season 2, but Season 3 over in August or July, I should say, because Season 2 should end in June. So again, I will go over that later. I've been going on for 20 minutes. I'll go over a little more and then I'll answer the comments. How are bronze ticket rewards allocated? So the number of tickets depends on the average number of OMI tokens held in your web wallet from the beginning to the end of the season, And again, to qualify for rewards, you have to deposit only to the web wallet before the beginning of season 1. They're making very, very clear point to go and make sure that you do it before the beginning of season 1 and maintain it until after it ends. So here's an interesting thing. We have a bunch of people that have OMI outside the app. Even though most people here are OMI holders, if you're or are Veve web wallet holders and are Veve, they're just Veve maxis. There are some people that don't really care about Veve. There's some people like, yeah, collectibles are great. That's cool. I want to make as much money as possible. What better way to make as much money as you want than to hold all the OMI outside of the wallet, make sure everyone that's super into the app, super into collectibles, super into collecting what they want. And again, that's their version of going and making money and just doing what they want. What is the best way to go and capitalize on that? As everyone else is taking OMI out of the circulating supply and putting it into the web wallet, which locks it up, most likely for the next at least 6 months. Most other people are probably going to be keeping it over into their personal wallet or on an exchange, and as money and as OMI flows into the Veve app and that supply shrinks, and you may or may not get a supply shock if more and more utility comes, if exchanges come, if they start talking about it. Again, that expiry date does happen within the next 4 weeks. If they go and do that and say, oh, hey, the price is spiking because of a squeeze, they could go and deliver that. And it really depends. If you only have 15 million OMI and you put 10 million on the app, okay, cool, you have another 5 million, that's great. But it's just, this potentially could do it in the next, oh God, I don't even know what could happen in the next couple months. I told the Gold and Silver Veve logo group that if OMI reaches 0003 by the end of the year, I'll get another gold logo. I'll get my third, which is fine. I have no issue doing that. But yeah, this could cause a squeeze. It could cause a spike. So again, who really knows? We shall see. So moving on to the next part of this, and I promise this is almost over, and then I'll go and answer everyone's questions. Can I redeem it? Where was I? Bronze tickets rewards allocated. Yep. Okay. When can I redeem my bronze tickets? Bronze ticket redemptions will be made available during season 2. They are not exactly sure when during season 2, but between April 1st and the end, which would be June. Today's has November, April, June. I guess June 30th. So can you buy bronze tickets? Well, in the future, it's intended that the bronze tickets can be acquired using the OMI tokens. However, the only way to earn them during season 1 is by depositing OMI to the web wallet and participating in OMI rewards. So if you be like, hey, I'm fine, I can wait, I'm still pretty young, and you want to wait X amount of months, you can, and you'll be able to use your OMI tokens to directly go and swap them for bronze tickets. But right now, if you want to get it sooner, just deposit whatever OMI you have over into the Veve app, and then you can acquire them by the end of season 1. So to begin earning, deposit them to Immutable X Layer 2, and then send them to your OMI web wallet. Again, those instructions are on the article that Veve had posted. And other people are asking are bronze tickets NFTs? No, they are not. Bronze tickets are an in-app item. They're one of the in-app items that we'll be getting. They'll be getting multiple in-app items in the future that are not NFTs as well. Do bronze tickets expire? And no, they do not, which is very different from MCP points, which do expire after the end of 6 months. We haven't been able to start using them yet. Once we're able to start using them, that clock starts ticking, and you will no longer be able to use ones you have. Let's say it did start on April 1st. Then by May, June, July, August, October 1st, the ones that you got on April 1st will have expired, but bronze tickets do not. However, each ticket, it can only be redeemed once. So it's not like a newer HM in the Pokemon series where you could do it multiple times. It is an old school HM. You could use it once and then it's done. But what happens if you withdraw your OMI tokens from the web wallet? Well, you can withdraw the OMI tokens from the web wallet at any time you wish. However, to qualify for OMI rewards, deposit your tokens before the beginning of each season and maintain that deposit until the season has finished. And once you do that, then you're able to go and basically withdraw them without any penalty. Another question is there a maximum number of tokens that you can deposit? Be advised, you can store as many tokens in the OMI web wallet as you want. However, rewards can only be earned as a maximum of 10 million tokens in season 1. Again, they go and make special care that they mention season 1, meaning that in season 2 and 3, you might have some other incentives to go and store 20, 30, 50, however many millions of OMI that they want to do. Again, it's their company, that's their rules. They could put a billion Omi. And if you put a billion Omi in there, you could be able to go and get, a certain crazy NFT. How many people can do that? A handful. I know I can count on two hands the amount of people that I know that have a billion plus tokens. So can you earn anything else with Omi rewards? Veve collectors will earn daily MCP points and bronze tickets rewards in Season 1. Over time, additional features and rewards and benefits will be added to continue rewarding token holders and Veve collectors. So stay tuned. Be advised, if you go and you put in 10 million right now and you're getting one or two different things, by the time the year of 2024 ends, you'll likely be getting 3 or 4 or 5 different things from soft staking that Omi token. Again, just throwing that out there. So if you want to learn more about Omi tokens, the Omi token portal is your one-stop shop to learn more about the Omi token, including how to purchase them through the store and safely, instructions, walkthroughs, and information about any token utilities currently in development or are already available, and access the Omi token portal over on the article that Veve has posted, or Akomi has posted on their X account. So if you want to know how to learn to deposit tokens onto Veve, again, just go to that token portal and how to deposit Omi into Veve. The walkthrough guides are available in multiple languages, including English, French, Spanish, Korean, and simplified and traditional Chinese. Video walkthroughs are also available, and that's it. So I guess there is a disclaimer going out and saying, be advised that Omi is a token issued by Akomi, and the web wallet omi.veve.me is provided by Akomi, subject to its user terms. So there's no warranty or guarantee is given about specific utility or benefits that are or could be available for holding the Omi token. Utility and benefits may be changed, added, and or removed at any given time. The value of tokens is very volatile, and there is no warranty or guarantee of the future value of the tokens, if any, or the ability to buy and sell Omi tokens. You purchase, receive, or hold Omi tokens and use the web wallet solely at your own risk, and Akomi accepts no responsibility for any loss or damage suffered. So by using the web wallet, you confirm that you have read and accepted its users' conditions. Now that I've gone on for over about 25, almost 30 minutes, oh my God, I have so much stuff that I have to get back to. I'm not going to go and get back to them at this time. We're going to go and start taking a look at the comments here. And if you want to comment and you want me to answer right away, super chat. If you don't mind waiting a half hour, we can go on and I'll get to it eventually. So Oscar F says, ooh, those eyes. Luke001, give me that big eye. Russ Gold says, pump it, baby, let's freaking go. And then you go over, have Russ Gold saying, love crypto rain, but no more saying we want cheap prices. We've all had our chances. I want off to the races now. Pump it, people. Time to take off. I'm not going to lie. I've taken great pride. I'm very, very proud of people that are going on and that have been here with me, and I know who you guys are, over the last couple years. And it's not something that I take lightly. You can go on and take a look at a multiple of different people and take a look at what they do and who they follow. Oh, the followers of this particular influencer or YouTuber tend to think like this. The followers of this YouTuber tends to think like this. But I'm very proud to say that, like, my followers, my soldiers, they do not buckle. They do not yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. They go on and they're strong and they fight. They've been here for a long time. So again, shout out to y'all. Anyway, moving on. Wes says, oh my God, it's happening. It do be happening though. Comment all your Ron Paul meme gifs down there below of it's happening, because it do be happening though. Vidimon says, it's my best Bruce Buffer voice. It's time. Russ Gold says, Vidimon, I said the exact same thing as I was just pulling an apple out of the fridge. You beat me to it. Nice, bro. Oscar F says, rugged by Randy. What is the rugged by Randy? I have been... So again, I missed around the Akomiverse last night because I knew I wasn't able to get to the gym this weekend. So I was like, hey guys, I won't be able to make it because I do need to go to the gym. Because I will not be able to go on Tuesday, because on Tuesday I had to take off work to go to, I had that Jeremy Padower podcast, and he'll be on again in the future. And then, I couldn't be around the Akomiverse. I had to make a video on top of that last night, which I did, so that's fine. Anyway, Vidimon says at Russ Gold, LOL, saying it again, my dude. Rigged says Randy, Randy, Randy. Carlos Aguila says let's go. Russ Gold says it's time. Omar Casada says hey fam. Hello Omar, how's it going? Cool Mo says Randy, let's get this bread. Let's get this Omi bread. We 100% will. Smarty Pants 187 says nice. Finally some update with a deadline. Let's get that Bojack pumping and we can get more Omi. Agreed 100,000%. Again, be advised, if you guys go and get both Bojack and Grumpy Cat, it doesn't matter. It could be one or the other or both. If you get them to a $10 million market cap, I will go and get a tattoo of one or both of them. If they are at a $10 million market cap for 24 hours or more, I will get a Bojack or a Grumpy Cat tattoo. And when I go and sell a part of that, I've never sold a Grumpy Cat, I've never sold a Bojack. When I do sell a little bit of it, I'd say 20% of it would go into the Veve and Ecomi ecosystem. Again, just a kind of forewarning of another declaration I've made. If I am selected co-community manager with Veve FamBam, yes, 50% of my salary will go into the Veve and Ecomi ecosystem. So again, just trying as much as I can to put as much money into the Veve and Ecomi ecosystem as I can. Moving on here. The Oracle says this explains the weird Omi pump the other day. Obviously, insiders spread the word. Sucks, but that's how business works. I don't really think that the other day, it was up about 12% the other day. I don't think it was Omi pumping. I just think it was the fact that, hey, everything else is pumping and Omi hadn't really moved. And you really just wanted to go and say, oh, hey, guess what? Omi's going up too. So I do think that's part of what it was. I do think that's part of the thing that people were taking profits out of one thing and putting it into another, especially a token that's going on and being associated with a top 20 grossing app, with an app that's a multi-billion-dollar company that's associated with Marvel, DC, Universal, Disney, etc. Again, slowly but surely, people think, oh yeah, I always knew Veve and Omi would be successful, where that hasn't really been the case for the last X amount of months. Vidimon says, all the people I could not convince to get Omi, I look forward to their calls. I do not look forward to their calls. I do not look forward to 800 different people calling me like, hey, should I buy Omi now? Should I buy Omi now? Be like, girl, you should have bought Omi when I told you to. I'm not looking forward to that. I might just put out a big status over on Facebook, Telegram, whatever, and be like, hey, told y'all to buy Omi. Yes, I still think it is a good idea to buy now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, even though I am. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Davey Boy says, so we stake Omi to get bronze tickets, which gets us more useless MCB points. Please say there's more to it. 100%, there is a lot more to it. RRV says 69. Nice. Toward the Land says, you can use the tickets to craft something. Yes, that is one of the things that you'll be able to do. Mariano Lopez says, hey, Randy. Hey, Mariano Lopez. How's it going? Russ Gold says, sets up their presentation in France nicely, very nicely. They do have another thing to talk about, which is really great. So be advised, in France, I'm not 100% sure how much they're going to actually be talking about the token. They did say it would be heavily Veve focused. I'm not even sure how much they're going to actually present. If they do go and present, I'm not sure how long they're going to be able to do it for, what the breakdown is on how okay, if we have an hour, 40 minutes will be to Veve, 20 minutes will be to Omi. Again, I'm not 100% sure how much, but again, this makes a lot of sense that they go and roll something out before France. I told y'all they would want to have something out before they go to France. So I'm super excited about this. Rose Gold says, yeah, I just read that. Dano says, the article confirmed that bronze tickets won't burn circulating supply. Unfortunately, no, it does not. That is absolutely false. They go on and they don't actually mention it in here, but be advised, bronze tickets, you can go and swap your Omi for bronze tickets, and when you spend those bronze tickets, it's over. So bronze tickets will burn Omi from the circulating supply. T Beast OG says, how hard was moving Omi layer 2 and move to the app? I've actually never done that, because originally they went and said, hey guys, if you want and put your GoChain Omi on the app, you could do that now. And by the time we translate and move over to Immutable X, we'll actually move that GoChain Omi and turn it into ERC20 Omi on layer 2 for you. So most of the time I did do that. I had about 8 or 10 million Omi, give or take, on the app that way, but now I have almost double that amount over on the app, just because I had bought people's Omi from the app. There was a lot of people that just didn't like Veve or didn't like Omi. They wanted to go into other things. So I went and bought their Omi on the app. I had them transfer it to my app, and then I just paid them PayPal. I transferred whatever. And be advised, it's not illegal. I asked David Yu, hey, can we do this? Because it is technically a transfer, and it is off the app. It's an off app transfer. And he said, yeah, Veve doesn't offer Omi as a service right now, meaning that they might do it in the future. But he said that I was 100% able to do that. They don't offer Omi as a product yet, which again, they might in the future. So if you have some extra money and you have other people that get liquidated or they're dumb or whatever, they want to sell their Omi at these prices, you can 100% go and buy it off of their app. They could transfer it to you, and then you could send them PayPal, you could send them crypto, you could send them Pokemon cards, whatever it is that you agree on payment. So that's what you can do right now. Golden Assets goes and says, hey, Randy, hope everything is good. Just bought 1 million Omi. Get that bread. So again, T-Beast OG, I'm not sure how hard it is moving from layer 2, or moving Omi from layer 1 to layer 2, but there are a couple of videos on that that'll help you with that. Dano says, they said they intend to in the future, but who knows? I know. I mean, come on. Let's use our brains here. TB says, anyone selling in-app Omi? Listen, me and a bunch of friends have tried a lot to sell the in-app Omi, or to buy the in-app Omi from people who were selling, and there just weren't a lot of people selling. I bought from Biscuits. I bought from, oh god, who's that dude with the eye that was really into Hero for a while? I forget his name. But he had like the glasses with the third eye. Anyway, I bought from a bunch of different people in the community, which might be kicking themselves right now. But again, I went and did that. So any other people that are selling, it's likely not going to be a lot in the app, but good luck to you, T-Beast. Bill Gar says, you're live again. Yeah, I am. Really heavy news day. I do have a lot of Veve news to go over. I might save that for a video, since that, I am already kind of done with my spiel here and going over the Omi news. So I might save that for later tonight. Dano says, one of the biggest appeals of bronze tickets was that it would burn Omi. Again, it'll still burn Omi just because you're not reading that directly on the app. Again, I know 100% that is what's going to happen in the future. Oh, God, I got so many messages I'm not going to be able to get to. I will get to later, though. Moving on. Bill Gar says, what's happening? What did I miss? Oh, you missed, like... You're going to have to do the rewatch. I can't do a 29-minute recap. We have Luke 001 saying, hey, Luke. The Beast OG says, I lost some year ago, probably 10K Omi. Oh, well, $10,000, or 10,000 Omi isn't that bad. $10,000 worth of Omi, yeah, it's a lot. Austin Scheme says, LOL, ARH, what tea? What tea? Oh, twisted tea. That is why I'm drinking, and it's mixed with something. C29 Rome says, what are bronze tickets? So bronze tickets are something that you're going to be able to use your Omi for. You could be able to take your Omi and swap it for bronze tickets eventually, but right now, in order to get it, you could just stake your Omi over on the account, and just like you're receiving more, you receive a certain amount of MCP points for a certain amount of collectibles that you have, and then over in August, they said, take your Omi and switch it over to the Veve app, and once you do that, you'll be receiving more MCP points. Right now, I think it's like 525 MCP points extra you get for going and taking your Omi and having it on the app up to 10 million. If you have 5 million, you might be getting like 200 points. If you have 1 million, you might be getting like 50 points, etc., etc. Again, not 100% sure exactly how it works. And eventually you'll be able to take your Omi and switch it directly for bronze tickets. But right now, just like MCP points, if you have Omi on the app, you will be getting more MCP points each and every day. And you will be able to redeem those MCP points and use them in Q2. Tommy Vesper is saying, and I bought another 20 million Omi last week. Let's do this. Let's get this bread. OP1 says, has an Omi died? No. Omi is 100% alive, 100% kicking, and it has more and more utility being announced every single month. Austin Scami says, lol, Twisted. Yes, Twisted Tea. Gotta love it. Sleepin' Comics says, hey, Randy. Hey, Sleepin'. Always great to see you. Always love you. Super, oh, God. Want to hug you. I miss you, man. It's a good dude. Tour de Land said, this is a way for them to test and ramp up bronze ticket functionality and show commitment to Omi. Hopefully big Omi announcement January 2024. This is a pretty big announcement in general, but yes, you might get other announcement. I don't think this is one that would be overshadowed, but there are going to be other big announcements. We still have anime, we still have music, we still have a big license to go over. The big license will come this month. So in the next couple weeks, you are going to get a big IP announcement or big license. I don't know if music or anime is going to be announced this month, but those two are kind of neck and neck, and one is going to be announced very, very soon. And then you have Sleeping Comet says, are they still going to do silver and gold tickets? They still will. They might not happen the same way as they were supposed to when we got the original OUP, but they will still do silver and gold tickets. We're just not 100% sure how they're going to do that, but that still will happen. JKRB says, Omi to the moon. So it's been about 30 minutes since I've taken a look. So let's go and look at the Omi right now. Let's see the volume that the Omi has taken. And again, you don't have to go and purchase just off the app or off of, Bitforex. You can use it on Coinbase Wallet. So we're up about 5.2% at 00067. There's 892,000 in volume right now. We did have a little bit of a spike, and then we had gone down a little bit. So we had that wick up well over 00069. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. And then that wick did turn into a little bit of a small red candle at the end. And you could see that better, I think, in the actual chart as opposed to the bars. We will see a little bit more volume towards the end of the day as this news is less than an hour old. So more will happen at some point. Rose Gold says, when Binance? When? We're not 100% sure. I don't know when exchanges come. I don't know. I'm hoping that we can get one smaller, decent exchange before the end of the first half of 2024, but I do expect many, many exchanges before the end of 2024, towards the end of the year. Again, I don't know when though. Energies, give me that peace sign, what up? Carlos Aguero says 2024 going to be different. Yes, 100% going to be majorly different than it was this year. 2023 was really like the year of developing the app, getting the waitlist tickets, getting over and hiring Mitch and Nestor, being able to go and get the waitlist stuff, being able to go and get soft OMI staking, getting the stuff that we just had, the AR, being able to share directly to socials. So instead of going and taking a picture in AR, saving the photo, exiting out of the app, opening up a new app, putting up something to share, you can now go and share it directly from the app. You take a picture in AR, hey, you can go share it to Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, whatever you want, which is really, really cool. So that's a really cool update that I think is good for people's convenience. Russ Gold says 104 people in here, 5 likes. Oh, there's 39 likes now, but yeah, y'all should really smash the like button. Again, free way to help support the channel. Tammy Hannah says Foster's video to move Omi over is great. If I can do it by following his video, anyone can. Again, Tammy over in that Gen X. If Gen X can do it, then anyone over in the Millennial or Gen Z should be able to do it fairly easily. Shout out to Tammy for going and telling us that. Nicholas Cater say, read on what app? You can read it on Veve's X account. You can go and view that entire article that I read there. Deanna Dragon says, so now bronze tickets is a staking reward? Yes, that is part of one of the staking rewards that we will get for OMI. And there's going to be multiple ways about that as well. Like, you will be able to go and take your OMI and switch them directly for bronze tickets eventually. But right now, it's just, hey, if you hold it, we're just going to give this to you almost as a bonus. And then, you'll be ahead of the curve. Pixel Trader says, Veve is checking the boxes they said they needed before exchanges. 2024 is looking extremely, extremely bright. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Ronnie Lido says, yo, yo, yo. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? Kevin Hendricks saying they should announce major exchanges when we're in the middle of an explosive bull run. This will bring max amount of eyes on Veve. Agreed. And I think that they will do that at some point. I don't know when. Could be in Q1, could be in Q4 of next year. I don't know, but yeah, it'll happen. When? Again, we're not 100% sure. So let me go over some of the oh my god, I know, guys, I know. I have so many videos to go over. I struggle to see why they only have X amount of millions of OMI in the app. I really wish they would have more. Something with War Machine is coming. I don't think so. So someone was talking about, hey, Lego and Marvel are doing a thing with War Machine. Like, hey, something with War Machine is coming. I don't really think so. I know we just got War Machine over on the app. I think that's just a different thing that is going to have to be separate. I don't think the Lego and Marvel War Machine stuff is going to have anything to do with Veve. It could, but again, we shall see. Ooh, I hit Play Points Diamond. Congrats on earning Diamond. Earn 1.6 points per dollar spent. Access Diamond weekly prizes, Play Points, etc., etc. Oh, nice. Very nice. I have a new thing. I have no more messages. I can go and X out of those. All right, moving on here. Let's see what we get. Nino Dragon says it's not what was promised. Again, we will get all of what was promised, and it's pretty much most of what was promised. It's just a different variation, and again, we will get 100% what was promised, actually more than what was promised. It's just going to take a little bit of time. This is just one of the things that is going to happen because we have Omi. Candace Bevan says, good morning. Good morning, Candy. How's it going? Oh, Candy, I have your stuff. This is the Tesla thing that you put on the windows to make it look like it's cracked. I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, hey, package for Randy. I opened it up. I was like, what is this? And I was like, it's an X-ray. And then it is the thing. So I do have to send that to you. Moving on. Okay, we have Cool Mo saying, I can't wait to see these people that thought I was bat crap crazy about Omi and Veve. This is going to be so satisfying. Agreed 100%. Now, you do have a couple of influencers going and saying, hey, I will take the high road and won't rub it in the futters' faces. I am not that nice. I will 100% rub it in the futters' faces until they cry. I'm going to go to the futters' house, and I'm going to go to their crappy apartments where they can barely afford rent, and I'm going to light $10,000 on fire in front of them just to watch them cry. That is what I'm doing because I'm not a good person. Anyway, moving on here. So there is a bunch of news to go over that I haven't gone on and mentioned yet. One of which is, so starting in January of 2024, I might have to take a little small step away from YouTube because the Stealing Manhattan movie is going to be filming. I was supposed to film that in 2023 along with Darcy Donovan's movie again in 2023, but because of the writer's strike, I wasn't able to do either of those. That had got put on the back shelf. But now that the writer's strike is over, I had just gotten a message where it's like, hey, Randy, we're starting to shoot the movie of Stealing Manhattan in January of 2024. We can expect you on these dates, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know how long I'll be on set for, how long the filming of the movie is going to take. But again, I might have to go and take a step back from the YouTube at that time. I might have to go and not go to France just because the filming of that movie is happening. I do want to go and do that. This is my personal career. I really want to go and make the best of it. So I'll keep you all posted on that. In the last acting gig I had, I was able to wear some Veve shirts in the background. I don't think they'll let me do this because Stealing Manhattan does take place in the 90s. It's supposed to be 30 years ago. The Looks Can Kill pilot that I did, that was, in the present. So they had no issue with me wearing that Veve shirt in the club, wherever I wanted to. But because this is 30 years ago, they're probably not going to let me wear a Veve specific shirt. I might have to wear something else. I'll keep you all posted on that. Anyway, moving on here. I will make updates when I can. Why would you use... Oh, so again, in case you missed the video yesterday, we can use American Express to buy gems. Super, super excited about that. Why would you want to go and use American Express to buy gems? You could use it for the points. You could use it for the cashback. If you don't have enough in the account right now and you don't want to put it on credit instead of transferring money, you can use it for that as well. So there's multiple reasons to go and use credit cards. I've said before, hey, a lot of times going into debt for something is usually not a good idea. And for the most part, that is true. However, there is a big difference between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is going to college for 4 years for a gender studies degree or a lesbian dance theory degree. But if you go and you have let's say you have a business, let's say a landscaping business, and you take out debt for, a truck and lawnmowers and, trimmers and whatever, and you go to use that to make more money, that's fine. So again, going and let's say you don't have any money at all and you use that American Express card that you're going to have to pay that next month might not be the best idea. But again, if you want to use it for the points, if you want to go and use it for the rewards, or if you just want to go, the cashback, or just say, hey, listen, I have an excess of, $800,000, but I don't have any in my account right now and I don't want to transfer it, you can go and use that there. That's 100% fine. I'm 100% okay with that. Again, obviously not financial advice. Moving on, Bear says the first ever Marvel set of digital collectibles on the blockchain is Season 1 Amazing Spider-Man, and Mr. Pag, someone that's been notoriously bearish the last 6 months or even year, has said, for this great collectible, only 1,000 full sets will ever be available, and most comics, only a mere 250 to 500 full complete sets will ever exist. So yes, go get them, go complete your sets. So be advised, Mr. Pags is a little off here. For the great collectibles, of the Spider-Man that happened in 2021, there's really only 910 that are going to be available because Veve does keep 90. And also, you should be advised that Dr. Prophet has a ton of them. He almost has like 10% of the supply of the secret rares. And also, you're forgetting of the people that had bot accounts that are going to be locked up. So I'm going to say there's about only 800 of those that could ever be completed for that one. The Feesh goes and posts breaking news, massive influx of new aquatic visitors, the shrimp workforce has doubled overnight, and bucket turnaround time is now down to 6 hours. Sources also say something is brewing between the jailed Malanta CEO and the Feesh City Police Department. Feeshmas is halfway over, so I went and said, oh, hey, influx of shrimp is taking away jobs from the local Feesh population. Let's build a wall in a new tower defense game. And they said they're not going to do a tower defense game. It was just jobs that were created. They didn't go away from anyone else, etc., etc. So shout out to Brock for keeping doing that. Dino Dragon says, this will do nothing to the price of Omi. I think it will. You continue on to say, like Uncle Jeremy said, this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. This is disappointing. Nothing to do with Omi. Uncle Jeremy did say it is a sprint, not a marathon, correct? But he says it's disappointing, nothing to do with it. Has 100% to do with Omi. You're only getting these rewards if you not only have Omi, but you take it out of the circulating supply and you put it into the app. So you're saying we're just hoping it evolves into something to burn. Again, it will burn. I feel like you're just not seeing the forest or the trees are in the way. So again, just kind of fighting you on that there. Kelly Bordeaux saying, how dare you mock my lesbian dance theory degree? Do you really have that degree? I'm so curious on what that even entails. If you do have that degree, I would very much like to talk about it because that's hella fun. So moving on. When we went and talked about the American Express, Jeff Weibo had said, this is dangerous. And Wes had said, Amex black cards are ready. And Jeff Weibo says, I might have flinched and got the 1 of 7 Aston Martins when one was in the market for $15,000 or something back in the summer if Amex was an option. So just because Amex is an option now will mean that people will go and use it. Again, if you plant them, they will come. Or if you go and allow people to use American Express, they will go and use it. So we have Josh Emmett, which has 115,000 followers over on the Instagram. He has a gold and silver logo. He's part of the Veve and Omi fam. He does have a fight coming up on Saturday on December 16th. So I can't wait to go and see that. Shout out to him for that. My friends might be getting a dog soon. Phil Dong says, kinda want set 250 for Christmas. Phil Dong has 247 sets, has 1.7 million MCP points, gets 2,900 points a day. He's at level 70 and has over 1,000 collectibles and 800 comics. Again, shout out to him. Shout out to some girl, Brittany. This time last year, I was on a cruise with her. She's been my very good friend ever since. There is a buddy of mine that has 200 Amazing Spider-Man number 14s. That is the first appearance of the Goblin. Green Goblin, again, he has 200 of those. Heckin' mad lad. I should have used this picture for Uncle Jeremy with a Pikachu on his shoulder. That would have been great. He's a really good dude. Love him. We did have Lucas Young post in the Akomi Telegram group saying a lot of things have changed rapidly in the industry and we probably haven't communicated as well as we could have, but he's passing the feedback to the team and there are announcements coming. One of them, obviously, we got today. And be advised, the Akomi Telegram group will be no more in X amount of time. They're going to put all of their announcements over into the the Akomi Discord and then the Akomi Twitter as well. So shout out to them for going and growing with the times. Moving on here. Bill Garner says no. This is definitely not a disappointment. Agreed 100% on that. Pixel Trader says, I love that bronze tickets last forever. I have a feeling you've been to craft them to make silver or gold tickets later. That would be super great if you can only get silver and gold tickets if you burn a certain amount of bronze tickets. I think that would be dope. Bill Gardner says, let's see how it evolves. Jay-Z says, do you think Fred Durst still has Veve? I'm sure he has some of it. He probably just went and said, oh, okay, maybe can't cash out right now. I'll keep it and see if it turns to something eventually, which obviously we know it is turning into right now. I'm talking for about 55 minutes. Let me go and do some more of this news. It's good. Some people are still under the impression that Veve doesn't give away sub 41 collectibles and they only do OTC deals. Comics and Crypto had gone on and fought against this. As Veve official gave away a sub 41 Slimer almost 2 years ago. Then you had Marvel going and give away the two sub 41 Red Skulls. So there's a bunch of stuff that is actually given away. You just do have people that go and FUD whenever they can. Also, Veve did post that they have a space for collectors chat all about the Friday Star Wars return event of Return of the Jedi #1. They'll talk story, Veve variant artists, and poster crafting. That's going to be on Thursday, December 14th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Akomi again did post this article that I read here saying the seasons, they are a changin'. Omi Rewards Season 1 is about to begin. Earn bonus MCP points and bronze MCP tickets. Participate in exclusive crafting and maximize your rewards. Season officially starts on January 1st, 2024. Ronnie Lido says, and Feeshes, maybe not the same topic though. Yes, of course, gotta love the Feeshes. So be advised, guys, that is the, I answered all the comments. I went through all of the news that there were. Really appreciate people going and being here. If you want to go ask some questions, I'm going to chill for a little bit. I'm going to hydrate and drink some water. Kumo says, love Feeshes. I have 2 sets. Got dropped each tank. Oh, it's amazing. You got a couple of extra sets out of that, which is really cool. Ooh, new message. Okay, okay. Okay, good. Talk soon? What time? What time is good for you? And then please wait. It should be 2. Yes, got 2. Okay, moving on. Sandbox is up, Randy. Sup, Sandbox. How's it going, fam? I hope you're doing well. Again, this isn't Ask Me Anything, so it could be Veve related. It doesn't have to be Veve related. It is really whatever it is that you want. This hi is in Akomi. Yep. Read that from Akomi. Oh, wow. We have Comics and Crypto saying we have a record sale. A Batman #1 Legendary Mint 0 has just sold on Candy Digital for $15,000. This is now the highest sale for any digital collectible on DC NFT Official. So shout out to them for that. Again, DC Comics Candy Official is not one that I would deem as crazy highly successful, but you do have someone that paid 5 figures, $15,000 for it. So super exciting for them. Really, really cool. And comment down below your thoughts about that. I think that's pretty legit. Getting that out of there. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam. Oh, we are up 6.5% to 00068 right now. We're really close at 0009. Again, we were at 00692 about an hour ago. Again, now that people have gone on and are figuring out, hey, there's actually a lot more OMI utility coming. They are, people are believing what Veve says finally. There should be a little bit more volume. Let's see what the volume is right now. It is 908,000, so it has increased 50,000 over in the last hour. Candace Bevan says, what are you doing for Christmas? I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't like Christmas. I really don't like the holidays. It's a long, long story and goes deep into my psyche that you're probably going to be all really bored if you hear about. But long story short, I don't like holidays. I don't like Christmas. So maybe I'll spend that particular day with a friend or a couple friends. I'll keep you posted. Kumo says, I think we will have jukeboxes if the music vertical drops. Yeah, that would be great. That would be amazing if we had that. But you can't just have a jukebox. You are going to need music to put in the jukebox and be like, oh, hey, play F1. And then suddenly it's like, she was just 17. You know what I mean? It's just a Beatles song that I like. Or it could be, I love Beatles. But you ever see Across the Universe? What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? I think they do a really good Beatles covers. I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. Anyway, Any update on the pencils and desks? There aren't yet. We'll likely get updates on that towards the end of the year in the next couple of weeks. Again, I'll keep you posted. Hit that bell. So obviously subscribe, but then hit that bell for notifications for when I do go live or when I post a video, so you're the most up to date. James Williams says, has your price prediction changed for 2025? So yes and no. I was asked about this, I think 2 weeks ago on Around the Economiverse. And they're asked, hey, what's your price predictions for 2024? And I was the most bearish because I said we could probably reach all-time high. We do a 20x and get to about 1.2 cents. And again, it wasn't like there were people there that were, crazy moon boys. These were people that were older, smarter, and more experienced, such as Crypto Rain and Doctor of Stuff, that said 1.2 cents. Randy, are you okay? They're actually thinking like 3 to 6 cents in 2024. I was like, listen. If you're talking about 2025 at the peak of the next bull market, yeah, I'm 100% in for 8 to 10 cents. But I just think that's really hard to do in 2024. Again, going 20x in the next 12 months is definitely doable. 1.2 cents is fine. But again, to go 100x to get to 6 cents, to get to 6 cents is 100x. That's a lot in 1 year. And they're like, listen, last time we went from 4 zeros to 1 0, in about 4 weeks. Tell me we can't do that quicker. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. The app is better. It has more users, has more licenses, and it's going to have a lot more utility. So yeah, that's fine. We probably could do that. It's very possible. We could. Who knows? But for 2025, I would say 8 to 10 cents is probably what it should hit. Again, at 10 cents, I still think do is fairly conservative at the peak, just because last time you happen to have Sandbox and Decentraland, their Sand and Mana tokens reached a total of, I think, $17 and $15 billion respectively, which if added together, they went and go to a total of about $32 billion market cap. And why would you add them together? Well, we have more active users than they do, or they did, and we're going to have a lot more monthly active users than they did. So it would make sense that our token would be at least matching what they did last bull cycle, if not more. So if we go and you extrapolate from there and do the math, what would it be? Well, if we go and we have 10 cents and we don't burn anything, which we're obviously going to burn a lot, that's a $30 billion market cap, which again is fairly conservative. So could we get to 20 cents at a $60 billion market cap if we don't burn? Yeah, sure, we could do that. Could we get to 30 cents? Well, that's a $90 billion market. Well, Doge last time had a 90-something billion dollar market cap, and Doge has like no utility. Elon kind of goes and pumps it every now and then, so that makes sense. But yeah, even if it doesn't go to 30 cents, which it could, I'm not saying it should, and I'm not saying it will, it should not go to 30 cents, but there is that potential that it could, just because, again, in the last couple of weeks, we've had peak FUD, as in a lot of people going, and Veve Viral had said, hey, what do you think is going to happen if we have, OMI to NFT and we have bronze tickets? And like 40% of the people had said, we'll still be in the triple zeros. That is freaking retarded. And anyone that said that either is trolling, they are new to crypto and they just don't know what things could do and they just said that to be conservative, or they actually should not be investing, because that is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard in my life. Peak FUD has been around the last couple weeks. And again, when the pendulum swings from one way, it'll go right to the other way in a really, really big way. Cool Moses, Yellow Submarine video in the Veveverse. Oh, that'd be amazing. Again, anything Beatles. Like there was a question that was asked to me one time. It's like, hey, Randy, if you could listen to any one group for just 24 hours straight, what would it be? It was like, well, it'd either probably be Green Day or maybe the Beatles, just because they have so many hits and they have so much variety. It'd probably be one of those two. Jay-Z says, I asked on Twitter, but no answer. Why would they do the ROTJ poster, Return of the Jedi poster, if the covers can be displayed in the Veveverse? I think it's just to go and say, hey, just to give people options. Say, hey, here's what you can get without the Veveverse. Here's what you can get with the Veveverse. Again, it's just up to them. I don't know 100% why. There's a couple of things that Veve does that really don't make sense to me. One of the big things was saying, hey, they're setting a precedent when they go, 2 years ago, they had a first appearance Mickey Mouse with the partner statue. Cool, first appearance, makes sense. And then they had a Steamboat Willie, which was not a first appearance. I was like, listen, I think that should be a first appearance because it is two separate characters. But you know what? That's Veve setting a precedent, saying that if they are two characters, even if they are different in some way, we're going to make it so that the first appearances are special. Okay, cool. That's great. And then a few weeks ago, they had said, hey, listen, we're going to change this up a bit. Hawkeye is going to be a first appearance. Okay, cool. Makes sense. We haven't had him yet. And then we're going to have Ronin, which is a completely different character, same as Mickey and Steamboat Willie. We're going to have him be a first appearance as well. I was like, okay, even though I agree with that, you kind of set a precedent with the Mickey Mouse and the Steamboat Willie. Well, no, we're just gonna do this because, okay, all right. Well, that's a new precedent that they're sending, kind of like a Supreme Court saying it was this way, now it's this way. Okay, great, fantastic. Now moving forward, we know that when we got the Marvel Mighties and we knew we were going to get Falcon and Bucky Barnes. Okay, well, we didn't get Falcon in the original Marvel Mighties. We got Sam Wilson, Captain America. So, like Hawkeye, that becomes Ronin eventually in a different timeline, or in the same timeline, just in a different part of the timeline. He becomes Ronin as a first appearance. Then Sam Wilson as a Captain America as a first appearance should translate to a Falcon Avenger first appearance. Same thing with Bucky. You had Bucky Barnes as Captain America first appearance, and the Winter Soldier Avenger should be another first appearance. But you had Falcon Avengers and you had Winter Soldier Avengers not be first appearances. So again, Veve sometimes does play a little bit fast and loose with that. Sometimes they do go and do things that don't make sense. So Jay-Z, to your question, I'm not 100% sure. It is to each their own. Now, moving on. Seeing what the OMI has done. Again, it's up 8.4% and 000687. We do have over 1 million in volume again. We have been doing this fairly frequently over the past week. So really excited for that. Help. Building. Okay. Yep. Moving on here. Let's go to, I know I've been going for over an hour already. I'm kind of shifty right now. Oh, fudge. No. Don't call the voicemail. Don't call the voicemail. Okay, nothing really juicy. Omi. Oh, I have another buddy of mine that just bought more Omi to celebrate. So it looks like we do have 2 dates that another whale of mine is super excited about, saying, hey, we have the 1st of January as one date and the 1st of April as another date, meaning that they should have some more stuff developed by April 1st, and agreed. We do have Rigged 499. Celebrate your Rigged, your 10th super chat on the live stream. I'm saying, love everything you do, Randy. Thanks for all the amazing streams with all the amazing people you bring. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of this is, to get Uncle Jeremy on and just have him call me and to go and, he literally called me. He's like, hey, Randy, I have 5 minutes. I'm trying to eat lunch. Can we talk? Yeah, let's go. Super, super special. I actually have, I don't even want to say it. I had a buddy of mine that is good friends with Tara Strong, and I was like, hey, any word on Tara Strong? I would do you pretty much any favor in the world, any favor you want, if you were able to get her on for me. And he said, let me message her. It's sensitive because of a certain situation. I said, tell her I won't ask her anything she doesn't want to want to be asked about. And same thing with, so these are the potential people that I have. So I do have Ajuri Nigalali, who is the senior advisor to the president of Nigeria. He'll be coming on. That's kind of just a nod to my friend Greg Schultz, who was President Biden's campaign manager. So I don't necessarily get presidents. I do get the president's advisors, which is really cool. But outside of them, it was I wish I could have kept the secret, but as long as we're going here now. So Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Power Ranger, does follow me. And she had mentioned in another post, like, hey, I'd love to get you on the show to advertise. She said, hey, DM me. So I DM'd her. She kind of saw the DM. She kind of ignored it. But there is a chance that I do get the original Power Ranger, Pink Power Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, on the podcast as well. I would love to announce that. I really can't wait. But again, it's just a lot of, like, her and Tara Strong could completely fall through. It's just I happen to be lucky enough to have had a bunch of these major big people on. and be like, hey, I've had these people on. This should make you a little bit more comfortable coming on. And some do, some don't. It really depends. But again, since I've turned the corner at the 200th podcast now, I thought it was done pretty well. Jeremy said, hey, how was it? I was like, oh, I think it was great. I'll likely have some more and more important people on in the future. Moving on here. Oh, that was it. All right. So let's go over one or two more things for a message here. Message. Yes. Friends is in Spaces right now. I'll be able to call her in a couple hours. Good point. Twitter. Yep. Bronze tickets. Yep. Okay. 10 million season 1. So again, just to the verbiage, maximum of 10 million OMI in season 1 doesn't mean that it'll be 10 million OMI forever. For the people that don't have a lot of OMI and don't have a lot of money, they might lower it for certain rewards, or they might up it for more rewards, meaning that if you have 20, 30, or 50, or even more million OMI, you'll be able to get other super exclusive rewards if you have that as well. Oh wow, what the heck? Why did this dude dump a little more OMI? Write it down from the original plan. How is that not? Oh my god. Oh my god. This person literally dumped like 40 million OMI. That is retarded. We have Rigged. Thank you for another big super chat, another super chat, $10 saying, I love OMI and Veve content, but man, the conspiracy theory discussions you have are amazing. Mr. Riz and lovely Bill Gardner need to do a conspiracy talk for a stream someday. So be advised, they're not the only ones that I've had conspiracy talks with. I've had conspiracy talks with, oh God, what was his name? It was an entire one about conspiracy theorists. He was big in Earth 2. He was the Adam something. He was like my 25th podcast or something like that. Tech Ops. So if you go on YouTube, Randy Chavez Tech Ops, the bulk of that was conspiracy theorists. Even Mr. Pags in one of our 4-hour streams, like an hour of it was super mainstream, like conspiracy theorists. I might have another person on talking about that as well. I'd really like to get Luke Rutkowski on. He's a really big person I've known for years, actually. We've been friends on Facebook. I could totally message him, but hey, can you come on and talk about conspiracies? He would probably love that. Anyone notice you had Elon Musk, Alex Jones, Andrew and Tristan Tate, Mario Knopfel. You had a bunch of people talking about conspiracy theories the other day on Twitter. That was really cool. That was really exciting. I'll try to have more of those if that's what the people want. They're offering what they can now and adding to it later. Yes, you will be able to buy bronze tickets with OMI. So you will be able to do that at some point. There's a reason why things do need to roll out this way. It doesn't mean that other things aren't coming. They just might have to do one thing first and then the other one second. Not having the whole thing on January 1st is what it is. It's fine. At least they're doing something on January 1st. What do you want? Do you want to have the whole thing delayed 2 quarters, or do you want to have this come first and other things come second? I would rather have this come first than to delay it. Delays are just not going to work. This thing coming out January 1st, what we can get is 100% fine. I don't know what the time frame is going to be, but just that one thing is going to be here on January 1st. That is just what we went over. And you just don't want to miss a season window because of it. So likely there's going to be other things coming on April 1st. Bill Gardner saying, I'm ready for the next conspiracy stream. Earth 2 as well, whenever Randy is ready. I want to go and kind of search this as well. Tech Ops. All right, so Tech Ops, Randy Chavez, and let you know what one that was. So it was Chavez podcast number 27 with Tech Ops on Earth 2, Akomi, and conspiracies. So that was a really, really big one. We went over like 9/11, Flat Earth. We went over the monster in Afghanistan, which I think me and Bill had gone over a little bit as well. I was even on the Tech Ops report of episode 1 that he had done. Yeah, there's just been a bunch of other stuff that I had done with him. He's just such a cool dude. Anyway, where was I here? Okay, moving on. Oh, that was it. Okay, time frame. Do you want to miss out? Article, alpha. Like this. Yep. But again, be advised, as far as OMI, the pieces are falling into place and you do have to start somewhere. So this is kind of just the beginning. I know the true beginning was in season 0 at the end of August, but this is a beginning where you're actually getting more and more stuff for OMI. Yeah. Tibician says, now we got a web app that shows Omi. How long do you think it will be before we can buy Omi on it? Buy Omi over on the Veve app or the web wallet. Oh, that's likely not going to be for several months. I think you need to have more Omi rewards before they roll out what you're going to be able to buy with that. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't know what they're going to have as far as timelines for that. They might talk about that towards Q2 because, again, this is just kind of some smaller Omi rewards for Q1. You'll get them in Q2, and then in Q2 you'll have other stuff. So how long do you think it'll be before you can buy Omi on? I'm going to say towards the second half of the year, just because we have other amazing stuff happening right now. We have Troy Perez with a $20 super chat saying, thanks for being you. Thank you, friend. If I can go on and quote the Golden Girls here and their tagline, thank you for being a friend. And thank you, Rigged, for the $5 super chat saying, yes, more conspiracy talks. I'll have to check out the stream with Tech Ops. Be advised, that stream was about 2 years ago. The more updated stream was me and Bill Gardner. We will do that again at some point. We're going to have a big conspiracy theory stream. I would love to ask Uncle Jeremy about conspiracy theory streams. I would go on to say that I don't think he would want to have that particular stream advertised or being public. I think he would want to have that conversation just as me and him. But again, we'll see what happens. Cool Mo says, did you read Foster's post on X? It was fantastic. I didn't read Foster's post on X. I'm going to have to go and take a look at that right now and see what Foster has going for him. And then, Bill Carter, thank you for another super chat saying, Tech Ops is my dude. I miss him. It's been a while. I haven't talked to him in a really long time. He's a cool dude. There's no bad blood or anything. We could go and talk to message each other in a while whenever we want. We just haven't had the time to go and talk to each other, but I would love to catch up with him about a bunch of stuff. He's one of the big whales in Earth 2. I assume he's one of the people that has close to 1 million essence, which is likely going to be multiple millions of dollars in the future. People are talking about essence nonstop over in the Earth 2 Discord group. It's absolutely bananas. So anyway, going and looking at Foster Hill and seeing what he has. So Foster Hill is going and just talking about puzzle pieces right there. And he had gone on and said something else, saying, thought of the day, take a puzzle and try to build it from scratch, but without knowing the intended solution. At first, none of the pieces fit together, and it can discourage you from building. And we have Rig saying, super chat, hype train, hype train. I have now $69 in super chats. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. So shout out to, again, the most recent super chats. Or I guess most of them happened within the last few minutes. Rigged, $5. Rigged, $10. Bill Gardner, $10. Troy Perez, $20. Rigged, another $5. Bill Gardner, $10. And Rigged, another $10. Saying super chat, hype train, hype train. Maybe we should do some giveaways for this type of thing. Maybe we should give away some Earth 2 land. We'll talk about that in a minute. So Foster Hill continues on to say, you start by FOMOing or by forming the edges, and they may not tell the whole story, and they may not be the most exciting, but they do begin to form a foundation. Shout out to Kumo for the beer money. Let's get the beer money bread. Every super chat you do, the real Randy Chavez takes a drink. Bill Gardner said, $10 super chat. Hype train incoming. I forgot I put whiskey in that twisted tea. Girl, I am going to get lit. So thank you for the super chat hype train incoming. You're going to see as the stream goes on, me get more and more swifty. The words might slur a little bit more as the time goes on. But again, that is y'all's choice. So moving on. Sooner or later, you find yourself putting multiple pieces together and then whole sections. Finally, after what initially seemed like an impossible task, the bigger picture becomes clear in an instant. Don't let wanting to know how to solve the puzzle distract you from the growth that comes from the joy that putting the pieces together provides once you finally see it. Rig says, hype, another $10 super chat, hype train! Oh, lordy, that is... Okay. If another one comes in, excuse me, I'm going to have to. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Oh God! Cool Mo says, "Cannonzel coming! Cannonball! Hype train!" Okay. If another one comes in, then I'm going to have to go and get a Bud Light Platinum, which might not be the best idea because I had liquor before. Oh God. Okay. All right. Troy Perez. All right. We gotta come in here, and we gotta go and grab that because you put a $20 super chat, and now I have to go in, and now I have to. Hi Nick. I have to go in, and I have to get my last Bud Light Platinum over here, and we're gonna go and put you right there, and we're going to take this bottle opener. Okay. Put that there. Put this in this pocket. My friend Meg is going through the Sailor Moon Transformer scene, which we're not going to show because that is NSFW. I can't believe I have to say that a children's show is NSFW because of the amount of really ridiculous things that it has. So anyway, we have some more super chats that we're going to go and talk to. So this one is for Troy Perez. Says, for the real Randy Chavez. Oh God. Oh Lord. Oh, I'm crying. Oh God, tears. Okay, and we have another one for the hype train saying Bill Gardner, $10. Choo choo choo. Let's get this bread. I love this game. I love it when Omi goes up. I love it when Omi goes up in the morning. Okay, that's got to go down there because I have no room over there. Whew. So anyway, finishing up Foster's quote and Foster's thoughts. Don't let wanting to know how to solve the puzzle distract you from the growth that comes from the joy that putting the pieces together provides once you finally see it. Agreed with that 100,000%. And then Chris Coffey says, Lego partnership confirmed. Foster Hill says, don't you dare start rumors on account of me. We have Zorro saying, is this Veve or Omi related? And Foster Hill saying, I was observing my 3-year-old daughter try and make a puzzle and trying to help her solve it, and the thought came to me. The lesson applies broadly, though. Shout out to Rigged for another super chat, $10, saying, all aboard, the hype train is in motion. Let's get this bread. Bud Light Platinum, be damned. Oh, that is a lot of alcohol I have consumed in the last couple of minutes. But you know what? We're going to get this bread. Guys, be advised. If anyone from the Veve and Akomi team comes on and says, hey, let's see what Randy's doing, and then they just see me drinking on stream, my shots at community manager are over. It's okay, though. It's fine. I'm 100% okay where I am in life because I have y'all. And then Foster, and just again, when he was talking about the puzzle pieces 3 hours ago, and then he goes and talks about posting a GIF of puzzle pieces from sharing Akomi, I think that is pretty wild. I think that's pretty sure to say that Foster knew that this announcement was coming. Again, Foster is the one that goes on and controls the Akomi Twitter now, so that just makes a lot of sense. Moving on, we have a couple things to go over here. Between all the super chats, Tabisian says, would make it so much easier. Basel Sultan says, hey Randy, I love your streams. Thanks, Basil. I love you, random citizen, and just people that support me in general. Tabisian says, got the Omi, but I can't be bothered to bridge it. You know what? That's 100% okay. Not everyone's going to be able to bridge it. Not everyone's going to be able to go and put it in for the reward. Some people are just going to have that, and they're just going to sell it as the squeeze comes in and the hype comes in, and they just make a lot of money. Troy Perez says, the 5-cent Omi hype train. Get on the 5-cent Omi hype train. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Everyone is having a good time. Tonight's gonna be a good night. You did 20, so I did a double swig. Oh, the more super chats you give me, the more double swigs I give. What's that one? So I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby. I'ma have the best heckin' night of my life, and wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. No, where's that? Now, moving past the super chats of the Bill Gardner saying Tech Ops is my dude, miss him, it's been a while, and Rig saying super chat hype train, Kumo saying beer money, and Bill Gardner saying hype train incoming, big hype train. Hetman says, is MTL operational? Sorry, I was not following any news for months. Yeah, you unless you're in like Russia or you're in some any uh, countries or territories that just are not doing good stuff right now, yes, MTL is 100% okay. If you have, whether it's 500, 1,000, 10,000, however much money, you need $500 minimum to cash out. But if you have at least $500, you can cash out as much or as little as $100. Be advised, if you have 500, you don't have to cash out the entire 500. You could just cash out $100 if you wish. But yeah, you could cash out the whole thing. If you have $500 or more, you could cash out however much that you want to. Troy Paris says, this is Christmas miracle. Super chats. Let's do it. Let's get that bread. And again, the more super chats, Rig, give me that $10 one for a hype. Cool Mo, that $10 one for Cannonball coming. Cannonball. Troy Paris for the $20 super chat. I think I only chugged once for the 20. I should have chugged twice. And then Bill Gardner going and saying, choo choo. The hype train is big coming right now. Hetman saying, I have to Veve accounts. I have two Veve accounts. Can I send some of my NFTs from one to another? Yes and no. You can't go and send them directly because of MTL and the laws they have to follow. Excuse me. You do have to go and put that on sale for the market. So if you have one and you want to go and send it from one to the other, put it for an amount that nobody else will buy, and then buy it from that particular amount from the other account, and that's how you can go and do it if you'd like. Heaven says, I have two Veve accounts. Yes, I know what you meant. Troy Perez says, I always love the passion. Well, the passion's always been there. Passion is just, this is the time that what I see is what I've noticed. I was telling this dude, Mike, that I know, I was like, listen, don't let technology pass you by. And he's older. He's like, he doesn't even use a debit card. Like he's not old. He's not like 90 years old, but he's he's in his 50s. And I was like, well, listen, you use a debit card, right? He's like, my finances haven't been in order for a while. I was like, oh God, you don't use a debit card, you don't have a bank account. The most recently that I've really super experienced this was when I had the Pokemon business years back. And I would go to the post office and I would go to ship items. And there was always an old person in front of me. And the old person in front of me would be like, okay, hey, your shipment is $4.34, whatever. And the guy would be like, oh, okay. And instead of putting in his card, because he couldn't figure it out, he can't figure out how to type in his PIN number. He's like, let me give you 4 singles. Right, let me count these coins. Like, oh my God. Do not let technology pass you by. That is the best advice I can give you. Shout out to Bill Gardner saying this is the Hype Train stream. Thank you for another $10 super chat. Hype Train, let's get this bread. How much money have we made over the last 2 hours? We've made a lot. Let's go. We've gone from $69 in super chats to $179 in super chats from the streams. Thank you guys so heckin' much. All right, let's go. Let's move on and keep moving on. Life, truth, trust, pain. That was good, Charlotte. Some friends become enemies. Some friends become family. Make the best with what you're given. Troy Perez, I always love the passion. Thank you. Ben Robinson. And again, the passion just comes from me loving this so much. Again, like you don't get a Pokemon tattoo because it's cool. You don't get a Pokemon tattoo because that's what the sexy thing to do is. You get a Pokemon tattoo because you love it. You get and again, it's not that I got it recently. Yeah, Pokemon's been really cool the last couple of years. I got this in 2014 when it was still very much nerd to do. Oh my God. Thank you guys for another super chat. Troy Perez saying, this train runs on Chavez passion. Yes, I will 100% go and drink again for the Chavez passion. I've gotten like $50 in super chats the last few minutes. I've drank almost this entire beer in a cup. Guys, y'all know I'm not going to be able to go to work tomorrow because I'm going to be a little hungover here. Actually, let me text Boss Man. Let me see what he's doing right now. Let's go to the recents. Let's go to Boss Man. That's not what I have him saved as, but I'll go and see if he can go and take a little bit of in here. All right, and we'll be like, super chat, hype train, join the fun, and let's see if he goes and joins you guys. He's a big whale, so maybe you can go and do that type of stuff. Where was I? Oh God, we're talking about passion. So easier. Love your streams. God, that one can't be bothered. Christmas miracle super chat. Okay, so yeah, this type of thing is easy for people to do. You don't have to be an expert in Web3. As Jeremy Paddler was saying, when I had him on the podcast literally like a couple hours ago, he was just saying, listen, Randy, you could be 19 years old and be the most knowledgeable person in the room. I was like, well, how? And he's like, listen, this is a completely new and disruptive space. And you could be 53, Jeremy's 50. He's like, you could be 50 years old with 30 years experience in physical collecting. But, you could be a black belt in physical collecting. But you can be a white belt in digital collecting. And you could have this 19-year-old kid that's been digital collecting for 3 years, and he has eons and eons of knowledge that you don't have, and you have to respect that, and you have to go and learn from who you can. I always thought, like, there's a, I want to only be talking to maybe, 15% of you here. If you had a parent that thought the world of themselves and they were never wrong and they were never whatever, they would never refer you to a relative or a friend that knew more than them. Whether it was cooking, basketball, a sport, martial art, whatever, they was like, oh, I know this. I know that. Whatever it is. But it seems like the millennials and then Gen Z can go on and say, like, listen, if I have a kid and they're super passionate about basketball, and let's say I'm super passionate about, boxing and collecting and, whatever, and business, but I have a kid that's super passionate about basketball. I feel like a lot of us be like, I don't know anything about that. Let me refer to this person. I'm very excited for where the world is going. And if you can go on and you can put your ego in check and you can say, hey, listen, here's something I really love. And it could be Adventure Time. And I know all of what there is about the Veve Adventure Time collectibles. And you could be a master. You could be a guru at that. Okay, well, maybe you don't know all there is to know about Ultraman. I might, in the next couple weeks, I'll go to Ohio and I'll meet those guys. They're out of Columbus, Ohio. And I'll see what else they have going on. And then I'll go on and say, like, okay, well, I might now know about this, but now I don't know about, Cryptkins. I know some of the lore of some of them, but I don't know about Zootopia. I don't know about where it comes from. Listen, the passion, even if you don't know about Veve, even if you don't know about Web3, if you just know about this certain license that we have, you can go on and make content about it. And now you can suddenly be a guru in that area. And it's not something that you should take lightly, even those of us that don't know anything about it. Evan says, I Veve accounts. Can I say, no, you can't do that. Loves the passion. Thank you. Ben Robinson says, buy more Omi with these super chats, Randy. Keep it within the Akomi ecosystem. So yeah, so be advised that most of what I earn on here really just goes towards life. So if I really wanted, which would not be a good thing for Veve, I think, or for the community. But if I really wanted, I could get a typical 9-to-5 job, and I could work overtime, and I could do whatever, and I could, I wouldn't just make like the $40,000 a year that I make now. I would go and I could go and get a really good job and make $80,000 a year. but that is really not, I would not be able to do the podcast with German Paddler at 2 in the afternoon. I wouldn't be able to go and do some of these 12-hour streams. I wouldn't be able to go and make videos or go live when certain things are happening. That's historical for Veve. Sacrificing a small amount now so that this way, because I know the other guy's not doing it. Mike Tyson went on and said that nobody wants to get up at 4 in the morning and go running. Nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to do that. But that gives me the advantage. That gives me the edge because I know the other guy's not doing it. There is no other person that has been as consistent or streams or makes videos as much as I do. There's been no other person that does that in the Veve community and Akomi. And I have that title. And I don't care if that doesn't get me the job at Veve. I don't care if that doesn't get, this whatever. I know that I knew from the get-go that Veve would be a multi-billion-dollar company, and it already is. But I knew now I know that it'll be a decabillionaire company, and it'll be a centabillionaire company, and it'll go beyond that. Go from 10 billion to 100 billion. It'll go all those places. There is a very strategic point in me going and being this dedicated, because again, nobody else is doing it. Nobody else can say they made 600 videos last year. Between let me go and I'm going to go and pat myself on the back a little bit here. If I go to the YouTube studio and I go to the analytics, I think it's the content that I have to go over. Yeah, videos. If I go to, I know it's not videos. Go to view, all right, published content. And I go to the published content of 2022. Last year, I did 379 live streams. That is more than one live stream per day. And I did 275 videos. So if you add 379 for the live streams that I did, and you add the 275, that's 654. Divide that by 365, I did 1.8 videos or pieces of content per day. I know nobody else came even close to that. So again, the reason I did that was just because I knew that Veve was going to be this big, absolute mega house, and I made myself important early so that this way I can go and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. And as Veve grows, the real Randy Chavez grows. So yes, Ben Robinson, when you go and say, keep this all in the Akomi ecosystem, if Veve goes and hires me, 50% of my salary go in the Veve and Akomi ecosystem. Rig, thank you for the $10 super chat. All aboard the hype train. And Troy Paris, thank you for the $20 super chat. The 5-cent Omi hype train to get on. Listen, as Omi goes up, I'm going to put a lot of that into the Veve ecosystem. Like when Omi to Gem comes out, if Omi to Gem came out now, no, I would not use it. Most likely. But if Omi to Gem, when Omi to Gem comes out in the second half of 2024, and suddenly I'm a millionaire again, and we're at, half a penny or, 00059, however much it takes for me to be a millionaire again. Yeah, I don't mind spending a couple grand on if I don't have that in my account, I have no issue spending that amount of Omi on gems so I can go and get what I want. Like recently there was a number 41 Vision out there for like $321. In the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. And I should have bought that because that's an amazing opportunity. That's an amazing, amazing collectible. I didn't because, that could have gone into Omi. That could have gone, that was almost 500,000 Omi, before today at 00063. But now that we're up 9% and we're at 00069, everyone comment nice down below for the 69, and we're at, over $1 million in volume. Again, it would have been better if I had used that towards the Omi. But again, that's just my opinion. Moving on here. Kumo says, historic night for the documentary. Yeah, this is one of the things that's going to go into the Veve documentary. Be advised, they've been talking and planning this documentary for years. They could do two they probably, when this becomes a documentary, it will not be a documentary. Give me 1 second here. when this comes out, it likely won't be a documentary. It will likely be a series, and probably not on Netflix, probably on Disney Plus, just because that's, we have a very close relationship with Disney. I don't think that Disney will buy Veve. I think that more likely the person or the company that's going to buy it is Apple. Now, Apple might buy Disney, and then by extension, Apple buying. I'd really rather like Tesla or someone else buy Veve, but whatever. Um, I think that when this happens, it won't be just one documentary. It'll be a series, like a 6-part series. But just to let you know, in 2022, we had talked about this, me and David and Dan, and it's a lot of the stuff is already planned. There's a lot of incredible stories that have already happened and are continuously happening that will make it so that people are going to watch that documentary and be like, what the heck? Guaranteed. Moving on. Tito says David and Dan are getting lining up the future road so that they can sell the company. Think about it. I mean, that is the goal for a lot of smaller corporations, but again, they're not in this for a couple hundred million. They're going to see this out, and then eventually they're going to sell this. Likely they won't even sell. Likely they won't even do this. I guarantee you. I know this 90. I will bet somebody. I don't know, 6. I'll bet someone $100,000 that Veve goes and sells just part of the company, just so that they can go and grow. Like, again, let's say Vive's worth about $2 billion. They're definitely worth more, but let's say it's $2 billion. And they, 10% is, 20 mil. Yeah, 10% is 20 million. Let's say they go in and sell 5%, because, because no, 10% would be 200 million. 5% is 100 million. So if they go and they sell 5% and they raise 100 million, this company is not just going to be worth $2 billion. This company, after they go and they raise 100 million, and let's say they buy X amount of shares of whatever, and let's say they own part of Immutable X. Let's say they own part of, Cavernous, or part of Stacker, or whatever it is. This company could go from $2 billion to $10 billion without Omi moving a cent. And then with Omi going and, what it will be. Dude. Veve has just Comey has in their, business development wallet, it's still like 30 billion. At a dollar, it's $30 billion. At 10 cents, it's $3 billion. That, oh my God, like that's so much heckin' money that they don't even have to sell. They could just transfer. Veve can go and buy Square Enix and make the best metaverse in the entire freaking world, because that's what Square Enix does. Square Enix goes, and Disney knows that they are not good at making video games. So they hire Square Enix every couple of years to make their Kingdom Hearts games. What would you do? What would you do if a sang? But what would you do if Square Enix went and they had made a metaverse? Instantly a multi-billion-dollar company. So yeah, this is Veve could. David and Dan aren't doing this for a couple $1 million or even $10 or $100 million. They're going to go and eventually, when they want to sell this in like 10 years, they'll get billions, multiple billions dollars each. It's not going to be this small amount. Booth says, let's freaking go. No, the 200th, 200th stream I did very, very early. But the 200th podcast was with Jeremy Paddleworth. The 200th podcast was with Uncle Jeremy. So that was really cool. Oh, good lordy. I'm about to eat dinner party. My boss man says I'm about to eat dinner, party on Chavi. All right, well, shout out to him. He's a cool dude. I'm going to go and ask everyone right now, because there's not a ton of people. If they could all smash that like button, that would be super great. It's a free way to help support the channel. Anyway, where was I? Okay. If you hire all the community to run the company, no need for them to be there anymore. Well, listen, they could go and they hired Foster for the Ecomi community manager, which I think was a really great move. But hiring the community, like, I don't have any experience with major licensors like Disney and Universal and all that. That's all David. David's had the Pokemon license for like 30 years almost. 20 something years. I don't have that. They are going to go and I have experience with business owners that I think I've dealt with people that have had 9 figures, hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe even people that have had $1 billion or more, but I've never had to negotiate an experience with companies that have had billions or tens or hundreds of billions of dollars like Disney. I've just never had to do that. So, you have a couple of YouTubers and you have a couple of people saying, oh yeah, I'm the biggest Veve influencer. Veve wouldn't be what it is without me. And it's like, you're stupid. It's not the YouTube, like, yes, agreed. YouTubers have helped make Veve what it is. But YouTubers aren't the ones that are going out and getting these licenses. YouTubers aren't the ones that are traveling and sacrificing sleep and working on 4 hours of sleep a night. Like, they're not doing that. That's all the company, and you wouldn't want that job. I don't care who you are. I don't think, maybe I might be able to do it if I had David's knowledge, but most people, I guarantee you, out of all the YouTubers that we have, none of them, including me, would likely have been able to do this with what David and Dan have done. Some of us, especially those in the military, those of us that were in the military, like me and Dan Lee, might have been able to go and operate functionally on about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, because that's what we've done before. But to negotiate with that type of high level license, again, I'm probably the best one that has been negotiating with people that have had 9 figures, 100 or hundreds of millions of dollars, but never billions, tens of billions, or hundreds of billions of dollars like Disney. David is probably the only one that's able to do that. So they could go and hire as many people from the community as they want. They will likely never be able to go and replace themselves unless it's someone like a super high level executive, like maybe like Jeremy Pador. Maybe like if they go and they have a really good conversation with Rashid Al Farooq, the guy that I've had on the podcast. He's from Dubai, and they go there because they are going to go to Dubai after France. Maybe something like that happens. But it doesn't matter how many people they hire. Quantity does not matter nearly as much as the quality of people that they could get. So again, just throwing that out there. Kumo says, Veve just posted details on London police drop. All right, let's go with Veve. Oh, lordy, I am so heckin' lit right now. Okay, we're going to go to the X. Thank you all for super chatting me so much that I got heckin' destroyed here. So Veve had gone on and said, oh, hey, the Grand Lad launch symbolizes London Police Art's digital release year and commemorates the 25th anniversary of TLP, encapsulating a legacy of innovation and creativity. 3 pieces drop in blind box format on Sunday, 17 December at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if I go and open that up over in the chat here. Oh, these are super rare. So you have the Good Robot, which is an ultra rare. The Good Robot Ultra, which almost looks like a JPEG. This is our buoyant green robot is a beacon of optimism and benevolence, illuminating the digital world with his unwavering spirit of positivity and goodwill. There's only 333 editions of him, which really means 243. So there's not a ton. $40 each. Wow, that's really not. And then you have the It's 333, so that really means 243. And then you have the bad robot, the roguish red robot, a charming character with mischief and playful bending during the rules of the digital realm. So that's really cool. So it's got that red on there instead of the green from, kind of like the lightsabers. And again, 333, which means 243. The first available edition is number 41. And then you have the grand launch, the celebration of 25 years of the London Police. Wow, such a long time. This exceptional piece not only symbolizes our release into the digital realm, but also commemorates the 25th anniversary of the London Police, encapsulating a legacy of exploration and creativity. Has only 222 editions. I don't know how many of these are really going to be available, because there's no way there's just going to be 132, right? But again, only $40 each. I'm definitely going to get this. Again, this is the Grand Lad launch, as in it's a Mad Lad, as in it's super, super. I don't even know what I see over here. It looks like a bunch of workers going in to operate the big worker that they have, maybe going towards the man or something like that. I don't know, but that's super cool. I cannot wait for that. Moving on. Thank you, Bill Garner, saying this is the Hype Train stream. Hype Train. Bill Garner saying just flip my number 300 century for $10. Let's go. Well, shout out to you for making $10 on that. Making money in a bear market is hard to do. Like, what's the song says? It's hard to do. Is it making up or making love? Making up is hard to do. All right, whatever it is. Anyway, moving on. Rig says, let's go. Booth777 says, drinking on stream. Love it. Take a shot for me. Booth, I am only going to take a shot for you if you go and super chat me. Outside of that, unless you super chat, I ain't drinking. Rig says, every day is a good day. Every day above ground is a good day. Every day going and talking about these types of things is a super good day. Troy Perez, thank you for the $20 super chat, saying, the train runs on Chavez passion. Yeah, I mean, it's, the super chats and the hype trains, those are great, and I love that. The hype is just, again, there was a time a few years ago, again, I was living with my friend Mark, and he's great. He's, one of my best friends in life. I lived with him, and he still operated a business. In 2020, when the pandemic happened, all of my clients throughout the US, the government said, you can't work, you can't do this, you're not an essential business, whatever. My friend Mark, he owned 2 animal hospitals, and he was an essential business. And, he was working like 24/7. So while I was just like kind of chilling, because all my clients that were not paying back their loans were just like, yeah, the government's telling us we can't work, whatever, etc. I was spending a lot of time with his daughter in 2020, was she born in 04? She was like 16 at the time. We were playing video games, and we were listening to old school emo music, and we were just talking about stuff. And there was a lot of times where, we would have conversations, and she'd be like, hey, like, you have a lot of money. Well, for like a teen, I had a lot of money, I had, 6 figures. And it's like, why do you like hang out here? Why do you, you could do whatever you want. I was like, yes, you're right. But listen, the world's in chaos right now. And, a lot of people are fake. A lot of people go and they say like, hey, you have a lot of money. Here's, they try to, weasel their way and, finagle their way into your lives. And you're just like, well, listen, you don't know who's real and who's not. But the younger generation, they're so blunt, and they know. So when you go and you say that, every day is a good day, and the train runs on Chavez passion. This has been a really big journey to me, where yes, my passion does come from what I loved as a child, but it also comes from what is the next generation looking for. And the next generation, because I lived with teenagers recently, is the fact that they love digital stuff, and they love, I mean, they're also, again, as Jeremy was saying in the last podcast, they're super tolerant, and they're super um, into each other's, I don't want to say pronouns, they're super into each other's what they want to be called, and they like to do the things the way you want to do them. So what do I notice about the next generation? They're very, very malleable when it comes to people going and talking about their concerns and what they want for the future. And you go, okay, well, what are your concerns? Well, I can tell you in my, not my high risk lending experience, but in my Pokemon experience, in my collecting experience, most people go and say, hey, it is my partner, my wife, that is saying, there's too much physical collectibles in the house. It's already taken up too much of the house space. It's like, okay, how do you remedy that? How do you disrupt that? You go and you offer digital collectibles, and people are going to spend thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Mr. MC1, Dr. Barber, there are people that have put millions of dollars into this app, and this is just this is just the beginning. There are multiple people that are going to put not just 7 figures, but 8 and 9 figures into this app. Why? Because I've seen it before. I've seen people go and be like, I'm not going to get that. It's too cheap. I'm not going to get that. It's too common. They're going to wait until something that's 7, 8, or even 9 figures comes out, and then they'll get out of bed, and then they'll go and spend that money. I've seen it. I've seen it already, and it's going to happen with Veve. Kumo says Singing Randy is back. I mean, I'll sing whatever y'all want me to sing. Y'all super chat me. I will sing to whatever you want me to sing. That is just what I do. Ooh, one is for me. Oh, Candy, you're bae. Moving on. We have Ben Roberts says, come on, Randy. Let's get this bread. I love this game. Boo says, you need some brown liquor. Well, in the Twisted Tea, which is empty now, was some Jim Beam. And that was some brown liquor. Rigg says, cheers to you, Randy. Cheers to you, Mr. Rigg. Inferno says, howdy. Howdy, 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 howdy. Again, $199 in super chats. Amazing. Ben Robinson says, the famous quote from Uncle Jeremy interview earlier is, quote, exchanges, utility, and this is not a marathon, but a sprint, end quote. I couldn't agree more. Agreed. They are going to have more and more things happen over the next couple months, and no one else is going to be able to do what we do. No one else. And currently, Veve has already won a decade, even if nothing else comes out. But the fact that, incorporating a crypto, their own native crypto to this is insane. This is stupid. Give me $100,000. Most of it would go into Omi. Yeah, sure. Some would go into Veve, or I'm sorry, some would go into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, CRO, whatever. And then as soon as those popped up in the next couple of weeks, whether it's MMX or whether it's going to go, whatever it is, the profits would be taken out of that and be put into Omi. Because I know what's coming. This is stupid. I've seen this before. For those of y'all that are new, I've seen this before on Tesla, where people were saying, or let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's quote Hillary Duff here and say, back in 2012, I had people tell, I was saying hey, I'm tired of, working 80 hours a week, and I'm tired of having no money to do after that. I'm going to go into the military, just have one job. And I've had people say, you're not going to do that. I've had literally people that are supposed to be the most supportive in my life saying, you're not going to do that. You're trash. You're a waste. You don't matter. You're not going to do that. And when I go and said, all right, bet, and I will, and I did it. And then the time when I came to leave, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to do this. I told you I was going to do it. I did it. Whether it was counting cards, whether it was going to the military, I did that. And then people in the military saying hey, listen, it's hard out there. You're not going to make it out there. And it's listen, you've been in the military for 15 years. You haven't worked in the market. I have. I've been on my own before. I've been doing this. I know what's out there and I know what I can do. So I'm not going to listen to you. And like Jeremy Paddler says, like, I have this really good idea. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to listen to you. And then, I did what I set out to do. I went to college, and for one semester, I did really, really well. In that time, I got a job in high risk lending, and a couple of people that said, hey, you have a stable job in the military. You should stay here. You should, ride it out and make a career out of it. You're already in it 4 years. Like, no, I'm going to get out. So I got out, and I went and got to college. And then during college, I found a job running wires for someone. And I went and said, hey, what are those numbers on the board? And so I don't know. They sell money. What is it? I want to make more money. Let me know. And they got me a job interview. I smashed that interview. If I've ever gotten an interview, I've always gotten the job. I've always been offered the job if I've gotten the interview. I got the interview. I went and did it. And I remember the guy's been on the podcast, Daniel Hardwick. He's been on the podcast and going and searching on YouTube. The first thing he said to me, at least at the end of the interview, was like, listen, everyone here, we're family. And in the future, I hope to call you family. He's a brother to me now. I love that man. And he taught me, most of what he knew about high-risk lending. I knew how to read charts. I knew how to read people, bank statements, and, people that saw me in the military, like, listen, you have a good thing going, don't do it. Don't go, then I got out, went to college, and they said, okay, you're going to college, you're doing whatever, you're getting an education. And I said, I'm going to go to high-risk lending. I was like, what do you know about finance? You don't know anything about finance. You never worked in finance. Like, well, I'm going to try because I really think I can do this. I really think I know what's going on. And I really think I can read people because of my training in the military, because of, what I have. And people are like, that's stupid. You should stay in college. I didn't stay in college. I went into high-risk lending. There was on average on high-risk lending, because you have a 24.99% interest rate, the average broker or person that does this job has usually a 15 to 20% default rate, meaning that, if they put in 100 deals, 15 to 20% of them will default. But they still make money because they charge 24.99% interest. I went and had a less than a 1% default rate. I was the best in that business that anyone's ever been in. And I decided and when people are just like, don't do that, don't drop out of school, go back to school, I was like, no, heck you. Like, I know the amount, information changes. It's okay to change your mind when new information comes in. And this new information came in and said, hey, listen, I had this. And then I was taking some of those profits, and most of those profits were going back in, not just brokering, but doing those deals, giving my own money to people. And then eventually, when I had a liver issue and my liver was dying, and then eventually I had an appendix rupture and, whatever, and I was losing one organ per quarter. I decided to buy Pokemon cards. Like, okay, if my organs are shutting down, I'm going to, collect all the original Pokemon cards. And people were like, listen, you're finally making money and you're spending it on children's cardboard. You're stupid. That's stupid. You're going to lose all your money. I was like, well, listen, you guys told me that originally I couldn't count cards, which I could. You guys originally told me that I would never make it to the military, which I did. Excelled, got senior airman below the zone, literally have medals and shit. And then you told me not to get out. And then I excelled at school, made the dean's list. You told me not to drop out of school to go to higher schooling. I did, excelled at it. And now I'm making big boy money. And now you're telling me not to do something again when you were wrong the last 6 times? No, F you. I'm going to do what I want because I know it's the right thing to do. So I purchased a lot of Pokemon cards. I found exactly what was available as far as, hey, here's what the PSA 9 is trending for. Here's the PSA 10 is trending for. And I can make a lot of money with this. And people are like, you're buying children's cardboard. This is stupid. You're dumb. You don't deserve this. And I made a lot of money with this. And then in 2020, when everything crashed, I was like, okay, well, now let's take this high risk lending business and just turn it all into stocks. And I grabbed as much money as I could, and I went and bought a whole butt ton of Tesla. And I was like, this company. I looked at their balance sheet. I looked at the profit and loss. I looked at like a dozen interviews of Elon. I was like, this person knows what he's talking about. This is the most undervalued company in the world. And everyone is saying, Tesla's stupid. The cars go on fire, and Elon Musk is bipolar, and this is dumb. And this is a car company. No car company is ever valued at this amount. This is too high a valuation. I was like, well, listen, some of the cars go on fire. And yes, sometimes Elon loses his stuff. How can you not? Because people are telling him he's a piece of shit. And then people are just like, oh, well, again, it's a car company. This is the highest valuation for a car company. They don't sell a lot of cars. Well, maybe you're looking at it wrong. Maybe it's not a car company. Maybe it's a software company, which it is. And that software company went and was like, hey, listen, in software, they have these amount of margins. They have these amount of units that they sell. And I was like, this is stupid. This is stupid, undervalued. Same as some of these Pokemon cards. Because I noticed that with Pokemon, as everyone's getting those $1,200 checks, in Pokemon, the pattern is people come into the hobby, they collect what they like, whether it was Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, they collect what they like, they collect the trainers that they liked and the Pokemon that they liked, and some of it goes up to trophy cards. And when I saw all of my first edition PSA 10 cards go up by 6x, and the trophy cards didn't move at all, I was like, okay, listen, this is dumb. Trophy cards are going to boom like a mother flapper. So I sold most of my stuff, and I bought a card that was worth $80,000 at the time. It's the highest that was ever paid for that card. Now, the haters are like, this is stupid. You're finally making money. You finally have, you got lucky with a couple of things, and now you want to buy, spend 5 figures on a children's Pokemon card? That's stupid. You're dumb. This is cardboard. You're retarded. And I was like, well, listen, I know what's happening. I know what's going to happen. You can't tell the future. You're not smart. You dropped out of college. You're dumb. You couldn't make it in college. It's not like I couldn't make it in college. I found a better way to make money. So I went and I did that. And I went and I said, hey, I know the patterns here. Maybe it's the autism. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the wrong thing to do, but I've been right every step of the way. So, and even people in the Pokemon business says, hey, that's a little too much for that card. But I knew the patterns and I knew what was happening. I spent $80,000 on that card in 2020. And in 2021, less than 1 year later, I sold that for 3x, more than 3x, at $279,000. And I originally just gave everyone the finger and told them to suck my you-know-what, 1,000 times. And ever since then, being right about 4 or 5 different things, now, went to Earth 2. Hey, then suddenly you had a bunch of people. You had one person that was in a Comey, that was in Earth 2, pay all of these influencers to talk bad about Earth 2, which they did. They did it for money. And I was like, listen, you guys are talking about old stuff. You guys are not looking at the fact that you have, at the time, you had 50,000 active accounts each month. Now that's 3 times that. Now it's 150,000 accounts each month for Earth 2, and you have the Essence token, and you go on and you have the people that are going and they're raiding and they're building side droids and they're burning that essence. I was like, this is dumb. This is stupid undervalued. I went and bought a bunch of that, made a lot of money. Then Veve and Akomi came out, bought a bunch of Veve, bought a bunch of Akomi. And just because the bear market hit, just because Russia invaded Ukraine, and just because we had that bear market, things are down, people were saying, oh, this is stupid. See, Randy Chavez, you were always just lucky. And now, again, people are not reading the writing on the wall. Veve and Akomi were telling you exactly what they wanted to do. And then people are like, no, they're just saying that. They're just saying that so they could cash out. Like, did you not see these interviews? Did you not read this person's body language? You guys are stupid. You guys have no psychological training. You guys have no training to determine what's valued and what's undervalued and overvalued. There's a lot of people that go in and say, yes, I have this many followers, therefore I have this many, intelligence points. That's not the way it works out. There's a lot of people that are 100% wrong about this. Take it from someone that's been right the past 6 or 7 times. And I realize I've been talking for 2 hours about now. I'll get back to more of the comments. I didn't, I'm not one of those people that put their life savings of $10,000 in. I put over $500,000 in. I put like $600,000 in. I continue to put in more every single quarter. I buy more OMI. Why? Because it's digital collecting is the future. Now, physical collecting is always going to have its place, and physical collecting, digital collecting is not necessarily a threat to physical collecting. It's just an added layer that everyone will accept in the coming years. It's just people are not accepting it right now, but they will. They will. And, there's going to be some people that are like, oh, digital collecting is the only way to collect. Sure, you're going to have that. But there's also going to be physical collectors that go and say like, oh, ew, I would never collect digital. You don't really own that. Again, they don't really know what it is. But you do have that happy medium where they're like, hey, listen, I have my physical stuff. I ran out of room for my physical stuff. So now I'm going to start collecting digitally. And I could have as many digital, if not more digital stuff than I do physically. And that's what they're going to do. And again, it's just an added layer of collecting. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Again, give me $10 million right now. Most of it would go into Veve and Omi. Sure, I'd go to Immutable X. I'd go to Definity. I'd go to, like I said, Immutable X. I'd go to Bumper. I'd go to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, CRO, whatever. But again, most of it would go into Veve and Omi because that's the biggest ROI that I could imagine happening. And again, I've never been wrong on a position size this big. Anywho, let's move on here. Booth says, Randy, you're historical. Oh, why, thank you so much. I do feel sometimes historical. Big Oz is fire. Kumo says, Fambam's gold logo is the floor. Oh, is it? All right, let's see what has happened in the maybe Tina's sold? If Tina's sold and... All right, let's see what we got here. We'll go to Stacker and we'll take a look at the Veve logo. And if Tina's sold, I'm going to tell Fambam to up her. No, the last one was 2 days ago, but it's not it. So let's take a look. Oh, the Veve app is giving me something here. Oh, 200 episodes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lilith. All right, moving on. Why isn't the company marketing Omi as an entertainment token? Like, hello? They will. But it's not an entertainment token. It's a utility token right now and will be a metaverse token in the future. So that's partly why. Oh, 27,000. All right, my vol value's gone up a couple thousand the last couple days. Veve Fambam. Oh, wow. Veve Fambam's at 5,600 right now at the cheapest. That is the cheapest one that she has. Oh, I want to buy that from her. I know she would give it cheaper from me because she knows me and we love each other because, we're friends. Also nice, $199 in super chats. All I need is $2 to break that 200 barrier. All right, let's see what we got here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Ooh, okay. All right, so I'm trying to go on the City app to see how much money I have. See if I. Power says super chat hype train correlated with green candles in Omi. Yeah, it did. It did. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Hype train was. Oh yeah, I did that. Ben Robinson says, Randy, been with you 2 years now. I do not miss any of your daily content. Thank you so much for that. Because some people do, which is fine. People have. Oh wow, super chat from Rig saying, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'd love to come on stream someday for a short bit and speak about things from a youngin's point of view. Been on Veve since I was 19. Rig, send me a message on X or Twitter. Whatever you have, but send me a message on that. I'd really like to see that. I'd really like to hang and talk with you about certain things. I think that'd be fun. So shoot me a message on X, if you can. Also, I do not have that for Veve Fambam. Hetman says, are you still in Earth 2? Have you been buying any tiles lately? I bought a lot of more hollow buildings than I have tiles because hollow buildings are great. Oh, my hips, my back. So hollow buildings more than tiles. And RPM87 says, we know what type of tea it was. Dino Dragon says, what would a documentary for Omi look like? Well, it would be more for Veve, but, Omi as well. I mean, they would incorporate both into that. Booth says, Dino Dragon, it would look like... Bobby You can't say that! Mr. Catfish says, what happened? Well, a lot of things happened. You got to watch the beginning of the stream. Frank says, thanks, Randy. Great news. Cheers, mate. Booth says, Veve's presence is mainly X and YouTube. Agreed. Hopefully, TikTok and Instagram and other stuff can come into it. Dream Veve says, dreams give work. Jordan Riz says, yo, Randy, what up, Jordan Riz? Reacts to B says, how about $150 price prediction on Essence? That is way too much. Yeah, it's definitely way too much. I definitely think that Essence could reach multiple dollars. It depends. So I'm going to give a bigger X or a bigger Essence price prediction once we realize or once we figure out how much is in the circulating supply or how much could be the fully divested circulating supply, because right now we don't know. Originally it was supposed to be 5 billion. Most likely it's going to be 4 billion. They're going to knock off at least 1 billion, in my opinion. Candace Bevan says, if you know, you know. People don't back themselves enough. You do. Thank you. Big Oz says, let's get this bread. Ronnie says, cheers, mate. And Rigged, again, thank you so much for the super chat saying, I'd love to come on stream someday. Again, shoot me a message on the X or wherever. Just let me know what your stuff is, and then I will go and get that bread. Oh, shoot. All right, hang on. My video team up. Oh, Catherine Newton, I love you. Catherine Newton is someone who would also get to hope to get on the podcast. Rigg says, I sent you a message on the good old X a while back about the rigged one. Okay, all right, hang on. Let's go to the rigged one. How much a while back? It's going to be what? What's your actual... Oh, God. What's your actual name? Oh, all right, hang on. Meow. Give me a bit. Let me go and search this. Investor in both crypto and stocks. Okay, I was around for the Dogecoin. Jimmy and MC Squeezes. Andre Jick. Vivian Omi. I'd like to speak upon my experience from a youngin' standpoint while listening on your channel. If you'd let me. Not really known in the community or have following anywhere. Just been possibility speak on my possibility to motivate young investors. Okay. We're going to go and super chat. Oh, thank you. I sent a message. We're going to go. I have to pee so bad. So I'm gonna. Oh God. We're gonna go to the baño with me. Okay. I'm gonna do two things here. Hi, Meg. Okay. She says hi. Okay. We're gonna. Ooh. Troy Perez says, see you later, my friend. Have a good rest of the night. Okay, well, Troy Perez, I'm going to have to go and... Okay, hang on. Ooh. I can't... Okay, let's see what we got here. So we do have saying, from Rigged, saying, I'm not really known in the community or have a following anywhere. I'm just looking to possibly speak upon my experiences and possibly motivate any young investors within your community to take the next step into securing their future, as I truly believe in this project, without giving any financial advice, obviously, because we are not financial advisors, agreed. And then you go on to say, I have a couple thousand invested in the Veve project, total, with OMI and Veve NFTs. I also have a couple thousand into stocks. I understand if you were looking for a specific demographic to host on your channel. I'm trying to maybe speak from another perspective of people who are on the lower to mid end of available income with investing. So I'll go and say, let's talk soon. And then I'll say, message me in a couple hours. Oh God, I can't spell here. In a couple hours, but I will totally go on and do that thing with you. And we will definitely speak and have a good conversation. Woo! All right, now you're going to see me wash my hands. Oh God, it burns. So the reason why it burns, is because I was at the gym the other day, and I ripped my skin like right there, and I'm just gonna have to. It burns so much. Okay, so let me go in. Thank you for the $229 in super chat. Okay. Okay, so if I'm going to go with rigged or whoever gave me the super chats. Okay, so we got for that. Ooh, and then we have another big $20 super chat from Troy Perez saying, "See you later, my friend. Have a good rest of the night." Thank you, Troy Perez, for a $20 super chat, bringing it up to $229 for the night. Absolutely fantastic. And we'll drink the rest of this while I know. All right, any other super chats? I'm going to have to open another beer, which unfortunately I do not have. I could get a Corona. Corona is going to be hard. Whew. Moving on. Candace Bevan says, "If you know, you know. People don't back themselves enough. You do." Thank you so much. Big Oz says, "Let's go." And Ronnie, thank you for the salute over there. So it looks like out of the last couple of things, it looks like I'm good. Let's go and take a look at the some of the things that are available over on that I really like. So Feeshes, we obviously know what to expect, but for the Marvel's Avengers, there's a couple things that I would really like to do myself, such as Scarlet Witch, such as Nick Fury. But we'll start with one of the things that we already have a first appearance of, which is Falcon. He's $7.49, so pretty much $7.50. The cheap, we have a number 54 for 45, number 75 for 44, and so that's pretty light. So there's generally not a ton of things for him that I would really go for. Again, he's not a first appearance. We have Nick Fury for $15.50, so $15.50, halfway or almost halfway to 31, I guess. The cheapest one is number 54 for $60, and that's okay. It's not something I'd really get right now. If it was a sub 50, I might consider getting it, but it's just, he's a really cool character, and Samuel L. Jackson is really epic. But when you have someone like Scarlet Witch, again, Scarlet Witch is really cool, but you don't really see any of her for under $99. 99 is the cheapest, number 53, then you have number 66 for 100, and then you go to number 88 for 110, and then you go to number 45 for 145. So 145 is probably the best deal right now. Originally, you did have a Vision, which is $7 at the floor. Number 41 was for like $3.21. I really wish I could have gotten that. Outside of that, there's really not much that we can do here. 69 is for $6.90, which is not really viable. But number 62 for $62 is the cheapest. Now, I got 4 of him. I got one for 28, one for 29, one for 45, and one for 49. So I have 4 for $150. So I'm not really going to go and get number 62 for $62, even if that's probably the best that we can get for right now. 75 viewers and 75 likes. That is really cool. But War Machine, I do not have a sub 100 yet. The cheapest sub 100 on him is number 91 for $40. That's not bad. That's the cheapest of him that we can get. And then the next cheapest of him goes to number 77 for $77, and 78 for $78, number 58 for $85. Number 91 for $40 is really not bad. I'm not going to do it. But that's really not bad. So 7 times 6, 42. It's really not, it really is slightly undervalued, and I should get it, but I'm not, because I do not have a ton of money, and I shouldn't. Also, there's number 78 Winter Soldier for $99. That's about the cheapest that you can get. But yeah, that War Machine is a first appearance. There's not a ton of him. There is 2,200, which means 2,110. So there is a decent amount of him. 21 of him would be 10%. Would be actually 1%. So getting him number 91. If it was like number 54, I'd do it. But for number 91, I'm not going to go and get that bread. Green Goblin says, "Been here from the start listening. Just finished my walk. Love you, Randy. You have been my unwavering rock when it comes to Omi." Again, there's a lot of things to be super thankful and super happy for. I'm super excited for us to be able to go and get these updates right now. Again, we've been talking for about almost 2.5 hours. So thank you guys for that. I've drank way too much. I'm really hoping that nobody else super chats so I can go and end this in the next couple minutes. As soon as that, oh, that's a $20 super chat. That's going to be here for a while. Let's go and take, thanks again for all you do. Thank you, Rigged One. You are great. Call me Skywalker. Give me those hearts. Thank you so much. Let's see what else we have on the Facebook. Looks like us on Facebook. We have Sven Donjin. Sven Donjin is giving me a, it's not a T-Rex. It's someone that's just a dinosaur that's doing a dab. I think that's really cool. Shout out to that. Oh, we have Veve Digital Collectibles saying we're officially in the 12 days of Veve. Congrats to our day one winners. No worries if you don't see your names below. Check back every day until 23 December for a new group of winners. So right now, we have Yoshinori that's getting a Christmas Carol starring Scrooge McDuck, which is an ultra rare. You have Maggie 0905, which is getting a Disney D. That is a golden moment. It's an uncommon, but it's still a golden moment. You have Ben SB getting a Nemo ultra rare. Shout out to Ben. You have a Mr. V getting a 350 GT Blue Skuro, an ultra rare Lamborghini. Shout out to them. A Sudi getting a C3PO secret rare. That's not the original C3PO. That's not a golden moment C3PO. That is a C3PO from the newer Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which you are getting what looks like a C3PO. And then you have Texas023, who's getting an Aladdin Ultra Rare. Shout out for him. A Callum 11, which is getting a Yucky Charmer. It's a gold secret rare. A Future Next NFT, which is getting a Big Bird animated gold secret rare. Shout out to them as well. Gotta love the Big Bird. RVS 1978, which is getting a House of Cards, which was 2019 secret rare. So shout out to them for getting that. And Alex and Crypto House of Dance featuring DJ Octo secret rare, meaning that they are getting a Feesh airdrop secret rare, so which is absolutely incredible. So let me go and take a screenshot of that for a future video and a screenshot of the post in general, just again so I can go and get a future part of that. Screenshot, Mooney Man. Okay, oh, where was I? What do you think of Todd going up? So I have gone on and given a Todd. I told people, listen, there are a lot of whales going and getting a Todd. And the Todds were at like $500, and now they're at over $700. So they're going off and getting a really, really good deal. I'm super excited for them. Do I have a Todd? No. Would I rather have a Todd over a first appearance Iron Man? Yes, and I'll tell you why. The first appearance Todd only has a 2.5% fee, whereas a first appearance Iron Man has an 8.5% fee. And first appearance Todd is not only just the first Batman on the blockchain, as is Iron Man on the blockchain, it's the first collectible in general for Veve. So that's just a double whammy on why I think Todd is just a little bit better. We have Green Goblin saying someone bought up a bunch of them last night. Price may come back down a little. Yeah, I think we had a total of like, I think like 15 Todds going being purchased. I'll go and take a look right now on the Stacker app, and I'll take a look at the Todds. McFarlane Batman number 100. And if you go and you take a look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 from today, 11, 12. You have literally 12 Todds that were purchased today. Yesterday you have one. Oh, you only have one from yesterday. But from 2 days ago, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 purchased 2 days ago. Only one from yesterday is 18, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 30. So an average of 10 per day have been selling, which is an absolute wildfire. It's absolutely bananas. Green Goblin says someone bought up a bunch of them last night. Price will come back down a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But when it wasn't just one person, because when you go and you look, you have one. So 9E91 bought two. Yeah, 9E91 has only bought two over the last couple days. But then if you go and you take the next one that is the highest is EE1F, which had also bought only two over the last couple days. And then after the EE91 or EE1F, you go and you have a really big guy called King Mavs, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. King Mavs does have 5 of the last 30, so that's about 1/6. And after you get off of the King Mavs, you go and you have 9706, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the last 30 that had sold in the last 3 days. So you do have a really big amount for that. Okay, here we go. Timothy Peter Jr. says, Todd, first appearance number 58 in my pocket. No heckin' way. No, stop lying. Notifications, get out of here. Todd. And you had number 58. So number 58, if I can go and find it, which shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Number 45, 54, 58. Oh, you paid $3,400 for the number 58. Shout out to you for that. That's a pretty good deal. That is a really good deal. And you have a bunch of other really cool stuff as well. So shout out to you for going and getting that bread. Sandbox says, what's the exact name of the Stacker app you're looking at? Is it a subscription app? So currently right now, it's only being made use available by Dr. Profit or Stacker, STACKR.world. You could only use it by that link. And originally you could use it if you had a gold logo or if you're a master collector or if you had a partner statue. It will eventually be rolled out to everyone, but we're not 100% sure what that's going to look like yet, or how much time we have on that yet. Got another chat from Winter Bear saying, if you were to speculate what OMI utility you think would come next after the bronze tickets, well, I think after the bronze tickets, you're probably going to be looking at OMI to gem. So, well, maybe even before OMI to gem, you might have OMI to accessory, meaning like, oh, hey, you have a Superman. It's now Christmas time. Let's go and give him a Santa hat, or let's go give him Santa stockings, or you could have Santa stockings in general, not for any particular collectible, but for your home space, you could have that going out and getting that in general. But any type of OMI to accessory or bronze ticket to accessory will burn that OMI. So I think that's likely going to come next, whether it's OMI to accessory or bronze ticket to accessory. And then after that, it's likely going to be OMI to gem. OMI to gem is going to burn directly from the circulating supply, as some of the bronze tickets will as well. Candace says, what's Deadpool Mighty going to? Is my stack going to pay? Well, let's take a look at the Deadpool Mighties. So if we go to the Deadpool, the first one that's going to come up is likely going to be the... Well, actually, the first one's going to come up as the... So there is one person... Well, all right, let's go through this, because this is heckin' wild. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the top 7 Deadpool accounts for the Deadpool Mighties is one person that has 108 of them. There's one person that has 121, 128, 153, 188. And then the top 2 accounts, someone that has 203 and someone that has 423 of those. Absolutely bonkers. $5.50. Let's go and take a look at the Veve app, and let's just see exactly what they are going for. Let's go on one app, go into the other. Deadpool Mighties was Series 6. So we go for the original Deadpool. He's going, and there's only 48 of him on sale at $5.50. and then you go and you take a look and notice that, oh, hey, there's multiple versions of him, but the cheapest one of the sub 100 is number 94 for 149. And again, you take a look at him, even though $5.50 is the cheapest around, there is 12,999, which means 12,909. Likely nobody's going to finish that game. So, Candace, it depends if we get a game or not from the Marvel Mighties. Timothy Peter Jr. says, not even kidding, starting February 3rd, 2021, how many Tods were held by Veve? I don't know. Oh, shoot. If you go to February 3rd, 2021, how many Tods were held by Veve? I don't think anyone knows. I really don't. That's something I don't know about. It's very hard for me to go and try to calculate. I bought Todd in the store February 3rd, 2021. They sold in chronological order. Yeah, they did. So I would say maybe 15 people had a Todd. Because if you go over and you talk to the... Oh, shit. Excuse my language. Let's go to Todd. Oh, all right. The first one that's to ever go down is the number 16. So it does look like number 15 is the one that is most valuable, or the one that is cheapest. Yes. All right. Anyway, guys, that looks like it's going to be it for me because I've been going on for 2.5 hours. $229 in super chats. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. I got 2.5 hours. I'm going down. I'm dying. Meow, 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 meow.